Hi, folks. How we doing today? A little quiet here, huh, folks? How we doing today? Got a little echo. Echo. I'm hanging in there, buddy. How you doing? Great. I'm gonna do a little housework here and get this taken care of before it's. Mrs. is good. Alice is good. What's new in the fake news world? Fake news. Taking a little while here. Come on, folks. Looks like it's just me and you, fake news. Nobody else is here. I'll be around. Take some time. Got a little something I want to show you here, fake news. Give me your opinion on this. Tell me what you think of it. I just done this last night. Let me turn the camera back on. There he is. I know which way I gotta hold him. In, out. Oh, right there it looks. It was pretty good there for a second. Little Uncle Sam. He's got a star on his hat and stripes on his pants and looks like I lost everybody. Whereabouts you hail from there, fake news? What part of the country you in? Folks ain't awake yet. It's only 5 after 12. We'll hang in here a little bit. Wish I had somebody to talk to or something to talk about. Somebody type something. Pretty quiet. 2 people and Mr. Zeke. How you doing, buddy? You're muted.
What's up, brother?
Not much. Just hanging in there, trying to get something going today, you know?
Yeah, I understand. Seems kind of quiet.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like that sometimes. I don't get all excited about it.
Yeah, I gotta see what's showing on my bench. I don't want there may be something on my bench I don't want to show. So a couple new watch straps from a company I've been ordering watch straps from. I'm tinkering around with how I'm stamping. Because that left arm is useless right now, so I've got to be real careful. Oh, and I've got my McDonald's oatmeal.
McDonald's oatmeal.
Yep, it's got apples and raisins in it. It's good for the heart. That's what my doctor said. And then to counteract the goodness for the heart, I've got my bowl of Cheez-Its.
You're all set, buddy.
Yep. Got my bag of scrap cut up silver to pour those 1 ounce bars with.
What are you cutting the coins with?
Oh, the only thing to cut them with, dude. Nipex. I bought these probably 20 years ago when I worked on aircraft from the Snap-on guy. They are hardcore, brother. They're like miniature bolt cutters. And you can you don't even have to heat the round up. You can just cut from, well, I'll grab a round here in a second after I finish my oatmeal. And
yeah.
cut one up because they are bad to the bone. But I did, I've been doing these 1 ounce crown bars. See if I can get it to focus here. I've got the garage door open, so I've got some natural light. Use the hand technique. See if that'll work. I bought this fancy new camera and sent my old one to a fellow YouTuber, SilverTuber. Man, that natural light does not want to. Usually it focuses. Oh, I had it. I lost it. I bought one of these 920s. And anyway, usually I use the number one. This one-armed gimp crap is for the birds. I'll tell you what I'll do. I need to get healed up so I'm back to 2 arms because it's really limiting what I can. Got my little Write in the Rain notebook here. I'll set it on that and see if it focuses. Well, thought that might help it putting a white background. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
I've been using the one-handed. I've been using the numeral one for the 1 ounce Troy. And last night I was watching a movie and just, how I don't know, maybe you don't. I do. Once in a while, I'll just get the wild hankering. It's like, I need to pour something. I need to pour it right now. So I poured just one of these little 1 ounce bars. But when I went to stamp it, I thought, instead of doing the one, I'm going to actually use as much of this new font as I can and use the letters one. So I did 1 Troy ounce with ONE instead of the number stamp.
That's cool.
So they're laying out there. I thought I would take a consensus and see what people thought of that versus using the number one versus spelling out one. We got an echo going for some reason.
Somebody was in here and out. Ray, I didn't recognize I don't know who it was. Somebody come in and left.
Huh. Yeah, they must have, because we had a serious echo there for a second, and then it went away, and I thought maybe it was me. I think today I'm going to pour this Altoids can. I got commissioned to pour a piece for a community member. I think I'm going to pour this Altoids can. I got to pour a 4 ounce bar, and I think these Altoid the baby Altoid cans, I think they'll hold 4 ounces. So then I'm going to stamp it up. Altoids. I always thought it'd be fun
to pour right in the tin.
Yeah, they're made out of steel, so I'll spray it down with Pam and pour it right into the tin. I got on the hinge side. I usually have to close these hinge holes up with a pair of pliers, flatten them out, and then pour right into the tin. And then you lose the tin because the tin's got a little lip on it, so you usually have to cut the tin away. But then you get a nice shaped bar. So.
Yeah, we were going crazy. I don't know if you've seen it. Probably weren't. Did this little Uncle Sam last night. Let me see if I can get. There he goes. He's got a little star in his hat and a beard and stripes on his pants. You get him around here. I'll figure out how to. There he is. Looking a little better now.
Am I stuck on the big screen? Yeah, I need to take myself off the big screen. I don't know how I did that on my own. Show that again because I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
Oh. No, I was stuck on the big screen. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Uncle Sam. This is the time of the year when everybody loves Uncle Sam. You start digging into your pockets. Yeah, man, you are definitely casting, doing some serious casting.
Yeah, we were busy. It was one of them. It just seemed like every time we poured something, somebody wanted it, And so we poured more, and somebody wanted that, and we just kept pouring until we were. I think I got about 1 ounce and 3/4 left of silver.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to be appreciated.
MK4 bars are going pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good design. I like that. I like the one you poured for me way back when. Just the plain round with the K4 stamped on it.
Yeah.
So hey,
Wolverine. Hey, Zeke. Hey, Wolverine, what's up, buddy?
I binge watched a little bit of his videos this morning. I got up at about 6 o'clock. I don't know. That's a channel I'm unfamiliar with.
What, fake news?
Yeah.
I did sub him. I did. Let me get him here.
It's nice, and it's a little chilly outside. It's probably in the 50s here, but it's nice enough to where I can turn the garage heater on and open the garage door and get some of that natural light in. Because normally, oh, we've got somebody else in the chat because we're echoing.
Yeah, he's got 2 subs. He's got 3 now.
Man, we all start somewhere.
That's right. You start with that first one.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Silver Diva helped me out a lot when I first started. I remember overnight I jumped 50 subs because she did a shout out for me. I didn't ask. She just out of the blue sent me a PM saying, "Hey, I like your work. I'm gonna do a shout out for you." And she did a shout out video, and then I woke up the next morning with 65 subs.
Oh wow.
It was crazy.
Yeah, the pouring community is getting more followers than years ago.
It should. There's a lot of neat people in it. And a lot of like-minded people.
Hi, Alice.
Hi, Alice.
Hi.
How are you, sweetie?
Okay.
You putting up with the Kernel okay?
Pardon?
Are you putting up with the Kernel okay?
I beat him every day. I smack him around.
Somebody's got to.
Yeah. I got one of them zappers. I'm cattle prods.
You need to. Scully's here.
What?
Scully is here.
Scully's here?
Scully, hey, buddy.
When are you going to take a razor to that face of his?
Hey. I don't take care of his body whatsoever. It's all up to him.
Maybe never.
Oh, one of these days.
I think I've had this since '94 when I quit driving truck.
One of these days I'm going to turn on YouTube and he's going to have shaved the center out of it and just have these big long mutton chops.
He did that many years ago, and when he came out, our dog wanted to eat him, attack him. Remember that?
Yeah.
Blue?
It didn't recognize me.
You have the same beard my father-in-law has, and my wife has never seen her dad's face. He's had it that long. And she's a little older than I am.
Oh, I got 2 more fish.
Okay, hon.
You guys doing and some raviolis. What do you want? No, I don't have him in here.
I'm sitting on begging. Look at him beg over there. Zeke. Look at
my wife and I have been talking about this recently. I'm going to get a therapy dog. I want to get a little breed. I want something that doesn't shed. Because our German Shepherd sheds enough for 6 dogs. But I decided that I need a companion dog. I need a little lap type dog, therapy, that I can, hang out with and take in the car. And
Jack loves to ride. You can't even go near the car or the ute.
Oh, look, you said ute. He went like this.
Yep. He hears the word ute.
There he goes again.
There he goes. Ute.
He hears car.
Ute.
Hey, Scully. Yeah, our German Shepherd's the same way. If you even go towards the garage door, she'll start whining and barking, and she just wants to get in the car because she thinks she's going to the dog park.
What do you have? A small house, small yard, Zeke?
Yeah, we live in Bethany, Oklahoma. It's a suburb of Oklahoma City. So, we live on a corner lot, and I think it's close to 3/4 of an acre total size, including the house. So it's not a big yard. And so
I'd tell you, get a little Jack Russell. They're a great dog, but they got to have room,
I mean, for the Russell
love to run.
They could. I mean, our backyard's big enough, and it's 3 tiers tall. So, man, I got that echo again, and I can't figure out where it's coming from. It's like somebody's ghosting in the chat because I know that I have the YouTube side muted. But for a Jack Russell, our backyard would be plenty big. But for a 60-pound German Shepherd, it's tiny.
No. Jack goes about, well, he's a male too, so he's a little heavier if you had a female. They run about 20 pounds. Jack's 25, something like that. I call him Mr. Puff.
That's a healthy size Jack Russell. I liked wasn't it a Jack Russell Terrier that he had in the movie Crimson Tide?
I don't know.
Yeah, Crimson Tide. Gene Hackman had a Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah, there's 2 breeds of them. There's one they call the Jack Russell and one they call the Jack Russell Parsons. The Parsons are the tall, skinny ones.
Oh, this was the little one.
Yeah, with the short legs, the little boxer-like legs on him.
Yeah.
Bulldoggy looking.
Yep, that's the one he's got in the movie.
Yeah, they're a good dog.
They're smart as a whip.
They're too smart sometimes.
Smarter than we are, that's for sure.
Well, they say that a dog's thought pattern is almost identical to a human's.
Well, I know that they have some very unique talents, like they can sense illness in their owners, which I find very interesting.
I've heard that like if you get cancer or something, that they can smell it.
They can tell. Yeah, they can tell that you have cancer. Yeah.
Weird.
Speaking of dogs, my neighbor across the street, she's got a Doberman. They like Dobermans. They're on their 3rd Doberman, and recently Emily, our shepherd, has been going over there and playing with their Doberman. So I guess they get along. They're both pretty good size, so they run around the backyard.
That's cool. They both fixed?
Oh yeah.
Oh, then I wouldn't even worry about it. She's found a companion. That's all the better,
Yep. She texted me. She said, what did she say? She said, they're in the backyard if you want to bring Emily over to play. So I'm going to send my 15-year-old over there. He wanted to go riding. He got his motorcycle tuned up, and he wants to go riding around the lake. And so, look at this little 4-gram bar I found in that bag of scrap junk that my boss sent home with me to pour.
4 grams?
Yeah, it's a real thin little 4-gram, and it was made by Simmons. It's even got a serial number on it. It says since 1873.
I never heard of them, but you might want to hold on to it, Zeke.
Oh yeah, this one isn't getting melted. I'll substitute. I guarantee you, I've got 4 grams of loose shot from overpours and whatnot on my bench that I can substitute for that. It's just a neat little bar. Yes, indeed. Well, I think I've cooled off enough. I think I'm going to close the garage door. There's Corn Stacker G.
Hey, buddy.
I'm going to mute my mic for a second while I close the garage door so it doesn't sound like an earthquake.
Something happened to your mic, Zeke.
Huh?
It's all right now. Just a second ago, it was like fuzzy or something.
Oh, that's weird. I'm going to mute it for a second.
Corn got your friends stuff. This is, let me see, this is it. This is it here. Chris, I want to share that. I should. Oh, my address. Yeah. It's all ready to go, Corn. I'm gonna stick his stuff in the mail Monday. I can't wait. I give up on PayPal, Zeke. I'm looking for something better. He's still muted. Yeah, it's all in the mail, G. Everybody's in the mail, but I'm gonna send them all Monday. I believe everybody that when they say they're in the mail, they're in the mail. If I don't get it, I learned a lesson. That's all. They're I don't know. It's not the PayPal so much as that PayPal credit. I can't stay away from it, and I just had to quit. I couldn't. You're gonna hand deliver it, huh, Corn? You don't come up here now, you freeze your butt off, buddy. Hi, Jack. That's my dog. We'll go live. Let's go live. Let's Jack the dog. You you see him, Zeke? That's the funniest shit. Watch it. You looking for a ride? Oh. I can't help it. Nobody has more fun than people. I'm not. You want to come over, Jack? You want to come over? Here, come on. Come on. Sit down. He squares my screen up, Jack. I can't see. Not a problem, Jay. I just gotta get these orders straight. I did so much so fast, and my computer out in the shop used to be my main computer here in the office. Well, I got a new computer, and I don't have all my stuff on it yet. But I took the black one out in the shop. We went to upgrade it to Windows 10 from 7 and save all the information, and then I could just transfer it to this computer. The dog knocked the wire out of the wall below the computer. So now I have no emails, I have no spreadsheets, I have pictures on there since 95. They're gone. Everything just poof.
Did it kill the hard drive?
It killed everything that was on the hard. We finally savvy fooled with it and finally got it back up running, but like all the information was gone.
Oh,
all my information is all my programs, my Photoshop, all them programs that I bought and paid for over the years. Poof, gone.
I tell you, the best investment I've made yet, Colonel, is because my computer is tiny. I mean, I have a micro computer, but I bought one of these. I'm gonna get it over here to where you can see it in the. There you go. It's a 1 terabyte external hard drive that plugs into your one of your USB ports made by Western Digital, and you can set your computer up to do an auto backup every night after you go to bed, and you will never lose anything ever again. It will automatically back up the contents of my computer onto this hard drive, and then when it does it the next night, it'll overwrite whatever was on there before. And you can get these things for like $50. They're absolutely. I learned that through work, because one of the companies I worked for, their whole customer database and everything and transactions, every night they backed it up on a hard drive, and the owner would take the hard drive home with him.
Right.
And that way, if we had a power surge of epic proportions at the office, we always had our complete customer. I mean, you're talking thousands of customers.
Yeah, and we don't know. I don't have that many, but man, I had a bunch of people, just like all my emails and stuff.
You want to see my database?
Contact information. It's just.
Yeah, see,
I'm like at square one again.
I mean, Nathan 4071 says you can get a 4 terabyte for $90.
I don't know. The guy sold me a 500 gig verbatim hard drive thing. I don't know what it is, but it was small. Like $60.
That's man, you can get on Amazon, and you can get a 1 or 2 or 4 terabyte for I bought this 1 terabyte for $45 at Best Buy. I'll show you my database for my customer database. That's it right there.
Yeah, I think you're a smart man, Zeke.
Very, very high tech. This little black book's got everybody I know's, address, their username, their real name. this is how I keep track. So if somebody sends me, you know, an order or asks for something, I just consult my little black book, and then my upcoming orders or my current orders. I stole an idea from Hi-Ho. I bought a small dry erase board that I just keep next to the workbench, and if an order comes in or an order needs to go out, which I'll be honest, I'm not doing tons of orders much these days with everything that's been going on. But, you know, I can just write it on the dry erase board. When it ships, I put a little check mark next to it. When I know they got it, I just I erase it off the dry erase board. But it isn't a business for me. So, you know, I don't have to keep records like some of you guys do, where, you know, it's an incorporated business and you got to keep, you know, detailed records. So for me, it's just a hobby. So I don't have to yeah, to give you an idea, there's right here, let's see if I can, one of these, I know one of these controls on this bipod. There you go. I don't know if you can see it because I'm on the YouTube side, but that's my whole computer. That little tiny box. So, but oh yeah, let's
I had all my stuff, all my silver, all my sales and purchases and all that on spreadsheets.
Oh yeah.
Set up to do my income taxes. No going through paperwork, no going through drawers. I just go down the column, hit sum, and get a figure, and boom, I'm done, you know. Now I got to go through all the paperwork and just write everything down. And
yep. I can't imagine that. That'd be a nightmare. I think I got my webcam on this bipod crooked. There we go. It's my OCD was kicking in and it was really bugging me. I could see that the webcam was a little sideways. It seems to be doing a little bit better than the old one did. I sent the old one to one of our mutual friends in the community whose camera died. And so I don't know if they're using it or not. It was the old Logitech 620, I think.
I got that new one, the 920 or whatever, HD 1080p Logitech. It's supposed to be the good one. I don't know.
Tell you what, it's doing pretty darn good. I've got the 920, but I bought the older one. I didn't buy the HD one. But I'll show you these nips, these Nip-X. So basically there's a 1 ounce buffalo round, and I'm going to do this one-handed because, like I said, I can't use I'm not supposed to do much with my right arm, but basically I just come in from one side, give it a little squeeze until it comes all the way through the hat, all the way through. I can feel it when it comes through. Then I just rotate this around, come from the other side, and it takes a couple of bites because it starts and then once it's through like that, that's it. You know, I've got it split on both sides, and then I just grab onto it. And where's my helpers? Here they are. A little tiny pair of needle nose pliers. Grab one side, grab the other side with the Nip-X, and pop goes the weasel. That's it. Those Nip-X are
shit, Zeke.
Those Nip-X, man, they're about $85. You can order them on Amazon. They're about $85, but man, they are sick. They'll cut through. They're designed to cut through bar stock and round stock.
Oh, so they're made for cutting steel.
Yeah. They're for. I bought them off the Snap-on truck in probably 96, 97. I've had the same pair since 97. We've got 5 or 6 pair at the Gold Buyers because we cut up rings and stuff. But Scully says the link took him to the Google App Store, not the chat.
The Google App Store. Wait a minute. Let me try it. Golly. Here we go. I'm going to try this again. And it says Hangouts, Google.com, Hangouts, something or other. Yada, yada, yada. Numbers, letters, numbers, letters. Try that, bud. We had this problem last week, didn't we?
Yeah, I had a problem with getting in the chat, I think, last week.
Somebody did. Yeah, that was you, wasn't it, Zeke?
Yeah, every time I did, it took me to a chat that was closed or off air. I don't know why. I don't know why it was doing that, but it was.
You're working good today, anyhow.
Yeah, today I'm on it. Yep.
Them things, I got to get a pair of them because I've been buying shot and like shot's a little expensive, but I try to get hooked up with them, you know, a 10-ounce bar at Spot or this at Spot or that.
Yeah.
And I get it, and then I got to fool around, melt it down, and if I can buy coins for cheap, that'd be the way to go. Quarters, halves.
Well, you can always, I mean, you can always catch, you know, different places doing generic rounds for 49 cents over Spot. I don't. I just get them at work, but because we've got, you know, more than our share of silver laying around, and the boss will. He knows I'm a pourer, and he likes to have some of my poured stuff in the shop in a case, so he'll send me home with tubes and just say, "Here, you know, pour some stuff up and bring it in." And half the time, it never makes it back to work. It ends up getting sold in a video, and I just give him money. So. Scully says, yeah, you had to email me. Yeah, it's doing the same now. Howdy, Sean, 1744. Welcome to the Kernel's chat.
Sean, how you doing, brother?
Oh, man, I really wish I could get my camera to focus. I think it's the lighting in my garage. I've got those fluorescent overhead lights, and I just can't get a. Can you email Scully the link? Yes, Silver Wolverine. That new Providence, they did justice by the prospector round. I think they did a really nice job on that. In fact, I made a comment. That my next order, I think, will be with Provident. I've got to get the new Egyptian round, which is 2 ounces. I've got to get a, oh crap, I forgot now. I think I'm 1 ounce shy of the $100 free shipping. So I think I'm going to throw one of those prospector rounds in to make my $100 to get the free shipping. Man, I can't remember what it is. The last of the 4 horsemen. I've got to get the 2 ounce Egyptian round, the last of the 4 horsemen, and I've got to check and make sure that I'm current with my Queen's Beast. But I usually end up ordering. You know, that's how I do it. I'll order one of the 1 ounce collectibles, one of the 2 ounce collectibles, and then I'll throw one of their generic or, you know, plain 1 ounce rounds. Although I'm still 1 short on my Noah's Ark tube. I don't know if I miscounted or what, but I'm still 1 short. I still got to I need 1 more to finish that tube.
Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
Email Scully here, see if we can't get him in here.
Yeah, who just joined?
Yeah,
It's me, Cornstar.
I keep sending him the link, and did it work for you, G?
Yeah, what I have to do is I have to get on Chrome. If I don't use Chrome,
Yeah,
I can't get in. If I try to use Windows.
Yeah, you gotta be on Chrome, I think.
Stan the Penny Hunter Smith is cooking out today. No time to chat. Have a good cookout. Hope you're cooking chicken. Nothing like grilled chicken.
Eggs, bread.
I tell you what. It's a great life, Zeke, if you don't weaken, you know that?
What's that? I didn't catch what you said. What did you say, Colonel?
I don't know, you're fuzzing again, Zeke.
I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to take a shot.
Yeah, it is a little staticky.
Huh. That's strange. I just bought a brand new router because I found out my old Apple router was jacked up.
There's Scully.
Good morning, all.
Morning. Well, yeah, I guess it is morning for you, ain't it?
Yes, sir. We don't go to bed until like literally early morning. So
Still morning here too. We still have 15 minutes.
You called me. I was up. I think I got up about 3:30 or something and made some Jet Basic.
yeah, I think we went to bed at 5 this morning.
5 California time.
Yeah. So it'd be about what? 8
That
your
was
time.
2 o'clock. Yeah. I woke up there once. I checked out the chat and I didn't feel chatty, so I just went on back to bed.
I had a friend over. We watched a movie and then I crashed.
I don't know who that is.
Alice giving Jack what for?
What's that, Zeke?
Is that Alice giving Jack what for?
I think somebody just come in the house. He'll be nuts for about the first 5 minutes and then he'll go gnaw on a bone.
That's funny.
You see my new pour? I actually poured a real knife.
Let's see that. Keep talking so it shows up.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Here, let me click on it. Looks nice. Is that sterling or just not 3 9s?
No, this is 3 9s. It's a minimalist. I cast this the other day. I'm actually doing this for lower blade.
I've got one of those. CRK.
Just, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a neck knife. This was the first attempt. I got too much pitting, so I'm going to re-pour it, but I just wanted to make sure I can do it. And it's just about 4 inches.
Yeah, those are actually small enough to where you could actually pour the whole thing out of silver and not have it weigh 15 ounces.
Exactly. Yeah, it's literally like probably a 0.2 of a gram or an ounce under 4 ounces.
Yeah. Yeah, they're little itty bitty knives. I used to carry one on my belt sideways.
I can't.
I got my new coffee.
I tried to do that the other day, Scully. I tried to do 4 ounces inside. Don't have enough heat.
Really? With your torch, you don't?
No, the inside torch, not the outside torch.
Oh, okay.
That little plumber's bottle thingy.
Really?
It don't put out enough heat for 4. It cold pours and it looks like crap. I did it twice. I got a case of the ass. I run it out to the shop real quick, fired up Big Bertha, and like it took me longer to walk to the shop and walk back than it did to make it.
Are you using rosebud tip on that one?
What's that, Zeke?
On the little setup, do you have a rosebud tip?
Yeah, I got 2 torches.
I know, but on the little one, are you using the same? Are you using the guys at work that are welders that I used to work with? They always talked about the rosebud tip will create a hotter flame.
Yeah, they didn't have them when I ordered this, and the setup, they had a larger cutting tip.
Okay.
I guess the largest one they make for the setup. So I tried that, but it's just not enough. I took it out and put it under the rosebud, and it like I don't have the patience to stand there and fool around waiting for it to melt. When I spark it up, I want it to melt. I will pour it. I won't be hanging around.
No, I use a propane torch with one of those big tips on it, but I can't melt more than about 2.5 ounces, or it'll cold pour.
Yep.
If I'm going over that, I got to use the furnace.
I think my maximum is 4 ounces with my torches. I might be able to get 5, but that's pushing it.
I know some of the guys will run like and gals will run like they'll run a small propane bottle torch on the bottom side of the crucible, and then a bigger propane torch heating the silver. They'll have 2 or 3 torches going at the same time, and I just can't.
That's a lot of expense, though, Zeke. You know, they don't give gas away.
No, I can't stand that. I just use the one big torch that runs off of a barbecue bottle.
That's what I use. I use a propane torch off the barbecue bottle that's hooked into my little homemade furnace. And then once it's rolling, then I use the acetylene to kind of superheat it a little bit right before the pour.
Oh yeah, acetylene will do it. That stuff gets hot.
Yeah, it works good.
I don't have anything like that.
The acetylene torch is actually our jewelry torch. We use it for soldering jewelry.
Is that the little one?
Well, we've got the big head on it. We've got multiple heads for our torch. I just use the real big head for the melting silver, but we have pin heads for them too.
Okay. Yeah, I've got the torch kit that I bought a couple of years ago that I saw Silver Hair Gamma using and Vulcan using. They sent me a link for eBay, and I bought it. It was $50, and it came with like 5 different tips and a regulator and a big, thick, long hose. And I've never seen them on eBay since. I bought it, and several people have asked me where I got it, and I told them eBay, but I go back to try and find it. It didn't have a name brand on it, and it just, I can't find them anymore. But it's a Batman pajama.
Yeah, outside on my big rosebud, I poured like 7, almost 8 ounces.
Yeah, you're using the bigger crucible.
Anything over that, I'd need a furnace. If I wanted to pour 10-ounce bar or something, I'd have to invest in something else. I don't have the heat for it.
Yeah, funny. I just started using a bigger crucible, like an 8-ounce crucible, and I was surprised on how quickly it heats up the metal compared to the little small crucibles.
It's got thinner walls, doesn't it?
It looks like it's about the same size walls. I'm not sure why it heats up. I think it holds the heat better than the small crucibles. I don't know.
It doesn't heat up for crap. I can't keep my big crucible. I can't keep the heat.
I think it also. I think it also has something to do with the acetylene torch. It works well with that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm finding that I'm getting it to melt faster with that big crucible. So.
Well, the faster you heat, the less gas you use, the cheaper it is for you.
Yep, exactly.
So I'm using a tiny little crucible. It'll hold about 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces of silver, and that's about all I'm comfortable with it.
I buy those 700 and what are they? 750 milliliter cups or something like that, close to 1,000s. I'm not sure, but I don't go small. The little teeny things and the big ones I don't mess with.
Yeah, I can't pour with it. I've got a big one. I've used it. I'm gonna go grab the 2 sizes I use, but the big one I don't use that much.
I wish I could do copper.
You'd never be able to do that inside with that little plumber's torch. You'd never get the heat. You'd never get the heat on it.
Well, I can do it with the acetylene, but I use so much gas to melt down the copper that it's not viable.
No.
What do you set at, Scully?
What do you mean?
On the regulators.
Oh, I'm running about 14 pounds or however that's rated.
On propane?
Or propane? I'm just using a plumber's torch for my kiln. That's all I'm using on that, but I can't use propane for copper at all. Even small amounts of copper, propane's just not. Doesn't keep it hot. I
thought you were talking about. I thought you had maybe one of them small plumber setups with the oxyacetylene in it.
No. Well, we do have a small setup for oxyacetylene, but that is literally our other jewelry torch. I don't use that ever for melting silver because it's 2 tanks we have to buy when it goes out instead of just 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the oxygen don't cost much. It's the acetylene that kills you.
Yeah, so I've just given up on copper for a while until I can get an actual electric kiln. Once I get an electric kiln, then I'll definitely do copper.
Cheater.
I would love to pour copper. I think copper is actually a beautiful metal and cheap. Cheap.
Yeah, I've never had much luck pouring copper, even in my electric furnace. I don't know if I just don't have the patience for it, but.
See, you can't melt copper in the electric one? Doesn't the electric go up to 2,200 degrees?
They recommend you don't run it over 2,100 for long periods of time.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, I know the melting point's below that, but.
Not much. Yeah, it's like 1980 something.
Yeah. I run mine at 2,050 most of the time.
That's perfect for silver. Because you can get it nice and rolling.
Yep.
That one on the left, Zeke, is about the size I use.
Yeah, the bigger one?
The bigger
That's the one I'm using now.
About a 1,000 or a 750 they are.
I have no idea. I just know they give you the one when I order them, they gave me the width.
It's about what, 3.5, 4 inches?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I use the little one most of the time because it heats up, but you can see the difference in the wall thickness.
Yeah, the little one's much thicker. Yeah. I never really looked at that on mine. I'd have to look at that.
I have a hard time keeping the bigger one hot. So.
Yeah, I've got to go out today. I'm going to cast a Star Wars Stormtrooper blaster, 1/6 scale.
Oh, there you go.
I got several people wanting those. My guns have gone nuts. In fact, for about a week, I got a little nervous because I got more orders than I was able to do in the time frame I need to do them to get them mailed. So I kind of got a little nervous and ended up pulling a bunch of stuff off our site because of that.
Well, that's a smart play.
Well, those guns take about 3 to 5 hours from start to finish to make each one. So, and I ended up selling like 6 or 7 of them all at once.
Under promise and over deliver.
Exactly. or overpromise. Yeah, I learned quick to, from now on, I only put one up at a time instead of, I was putting up on a site that I could sell up to 5 of each one, and I ended up getting a whole bunch of sales all at once.
Yeah, I'm content just pouring and then showing what I have, and if anybody's interested, they can take from what I've already got forward.
That's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of taking orders. Because then I feel rushed. Because then I feel like I got to get it done. I got to get it out.
Oh,
and
I know that.
Then I'm never happy with the quality because I feel like I'm rushing it, and it's like, no, I'm just going to do this as a hobby.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. That's why we're doing now. I'm just not even putting them up until I have one complete.
That's a smart way to do it, man. It keeps people from getting upset or their feelings hurt, or they see somebody else unboxing it and they're like, "Where's mine?" And it's like.
The only thing I don't do that too is like my skulls or most anything poured silver wise. I it's made to order. When somebody orders it, I make it because I can pour a skull, and have it finished in about an hour's time.
Oh yeah.
So it's not a major issue, but these guns just take so much cleanup. I mean, I'm literally spending about 2 hours on them with the polishing and all the different wheels I use, and then I also file everything. So I spend about 45 minutes filing on them before I even start to go into the polishing phase.
I just got a headache thinking about that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
But
I'm one of those that, like, when I start working on one of those, if I'm not rushed, I enjoy it. I put on some music or I put on videos, and I'll just sit there and file and listen. And it's kind of peaceful to me. But when you're rushed, it sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of like me with stamping. If I'm not filling an order, if I'm just doing it for myself and then showing it, I love stamping. But if I feel like I've got to get something done and get it out, then stamping to me is like pulling teeth.
Stamping's my biggest nightmare because I'll finish a piece beautifully and then I'll screw up the stamp and then I have to start over. Yeah. So for me, stamping is it's hard because I don't there's not a lot of ways for me to practice, especially on some of these pieces being odd shaped. I'm still using the Jet set or the Jet Basic, but I still end up I would say 1 out of 3 I mess up.
Yeah, and that's not a good ratio.
No, it's not.
That really bites you.
What's funny is a lot of the times I mess up, it's because I'm in a hurry and I'll put a letter sideways.
What is up there?
Yeah, there's a trick to that.
Down here.
And I did this with my stamps. I took are your stamps black or gray?
Some are black, some are gray.
Okay, so what I did is I took a lesson from I can't remember the stamp company. They mass produce Impress Art. Impress Art always puts their name on the bottom of the stamp, so you have automatic reference points. So what I did is on my gray stamps, I took a black Sharpie and I put a dot on the bottom of the stamp. And by the bottom, I mean the side that my thumb goes on, so that I know it's oriented properly. And on my black stamps, I took a silver metallic Sharpie and put a dot on the bottom of the stamp, so that I always know my thumb goes on the bottom of the letter. So I always know that they're oriented the right way.
I got to do that. That is a brilliant idea. I've got to do that. I'll do that today. That's a good idea. I'm screwing up too many of them.
I stamped an O sideways one time and I said, screw this, I will never do that again.
I do that too often. I just get in a hurry. Because when I'm stamping, that's the last phase for me. And then a little quick final polish. So, and I tend to, I'll make several pieces and stamp them all at once. And I get rushed. So I'm getting better at stamping, but it's also killed a lot of really nice pieces.
Yeah, and that's a bummer. I mean, like I'll pour just in my very humble opinion, I'll pour just like the perfect bar. And then I used to be, I'd pour that bar and then I'd cringe at the thought of having to stamp it. Because it's like, oh man, I know I'm going to screw this bar up and I'm not going to be able to recreate
Hey,
it.
fellas, these are mine. You can see what I do? I put a 1 and like the A has an A and a dot on the thumb side.
Yeah, yeah.
I did the
Good
whole
idea.
set like that because I can't see them. I used to have a piece of clay that I'd stamp them in to see what it was and the orientation and shit. And I said, this is too much. So one day I just took the magic marker and went through the whole set. And like the 6 and 9, it's 6 on one side. If you flip it over, you get the 9.
There you go.
That's what I'm doing today. I'm going to fix my stamps.
And then you can go fast because you know exactly your orientation's right every time.
Exactly.
And I put mine up high, Zeke, so like I got my thumb down below.
You can see
and I can still see the yellow dot and what I'm stamping, the letter or the number or whatever. You know, it's just a way to eliminate screw ups.
Yeah, that's actually really smart to put them up high like that. Yeah, that's smart. I wasn't that smart. I put mine down by the stamp head.
Yeah, see, then you put your thumb over it, and if you're thinking about it, you get thinking about something else, you come back, then you got to move your thumb, you got to reorientate the thing.
Yeah.
It's
just, if I'm
brilliant.
Word, I'll lay the entire word out first. I'll lay the stamps in order for the word.
I don't know if I did my little ones. Yeah, they're all done too, but
golly, I wish this camera's really just frustrating the crap out of me. I can't get it to focus on those bars.
You can see this one. That's a period.
See, I don't have any. I need to get the symbol set. The set that has like the E and the S.
Set, it's who the heck is it? Tektron.
I just use the punch for period.
Yeah, I use a punch for the period too. In fact, I just got a new one yesterday. I bought a what's that tool company that all their tools are yellow? DeWalt. I bought a DeWalt stamp, a punch. It's got a rubberized handle.
Well, that's a good idea.
Big brass
I love how everybody learns from everybody else. It's really cool.
Yes, I was getting ready to say that this community is awesome because I'm learning something almost every single time we have a chat or watching the different chats and talking to people. Yeah, it's amazing how much you can learn from each other.
And nobody is, I dare say, nobody is greedy or secretive. Nobody's like, I'm not telling anybody that because then I won't have the advantage anymore. Everybody's willing to share. That's so cool.
Yeah, and that's with me too. I mean, I have people ask me all the time, how do you do this? How do you get your pieces shiny? I have no secrets. Anybody wants to know my process, I will go from start to finish. There's nothing I'm going to hide. I want to encourage people to pour.
Yeah,
and cap.
Just because you tell them how you do it, don't mean they can copy it.
No, that's true. But I understand what he's saying. I mean, I can't even begin to count the number of PMs and emails I've gotten. What kind of furnace do you use? Where do you get your graphite? What kind of stamps do you use?
Exactly.
What kind of stamping block?
I get that graphite question at least once a week.
Oh yeah.
People are, where do you get your custom pours? Who does this? Who do I get a hold of? I should make up a form or something. And when somebody asks me that question, just email them the form with all the email addresses and names.
You know what I did for the longest time is I just said, here's what you do. If you want to know how I learned what I do, go watch the Bunker Bullion series. Start with number 1 and watch all the way through, and you'll know everything that I know.
Who's that, Zeke?
Bunker Bullion. Idaho's original.
Idaho Silver.
Oh,
He did. I mean, he started with cashing in gift cards to get his quick kiln kit, and all the way through his tumblers, which ones he's bought, what kinds of shot he uses. You know, he steel shot for his tumblers. You know, he's how I found out about Shine Bright. I mean, I've learned more from that guy just by watching that Bunker Bullion series. You know, that you can pour slow or you can pour fast, or the temperature, ambient temperature and humidity affects how silver works. You know, it's like he really, so there for a while I was just telling people, listen, I could explain it to you, but you can watch somebody actually do it if you'll just go watch the Bunker Bullion series. Start with number 1 and watch them straight through.
You know, those would be good videos for all of us to make. Is a lot more how-to videos. There are so many people that ask me all the time, and I've done a couple of them.
I've done how I stamp, how I tumble, how I, you know, I've done quite a few, you know, this is how I do this videos, but there are a lot of people out there that they don't want to really hunt for information. They just want to tell them.
It's funny because Mr. Zeke, you are the person that got me started in pouring.
Hey,
I was watching your videos before I even got in the community, almost a year before I got in the community. And
don't you put that evil on me.
Hey, the reason I am doing the pieces I'm doing today is literally because you're the one that got me started and showed me a lot of the things how to do it. And yeah, you're literally the first person I started watching.
We all have that person that we started watching first, and for me it was Hi Ho because I didn't know the Kernel was out there, and then Hi Ho, I got started chatting with Hi Ho, and he turned me on to the Kernel, so I'd watch the Kernel and I'd watch Hi Ho, and then I got turned on to Vulcan and started watching Vulcan pour just some crazy stuff. I saw him pouring into glass beads, and then I watched him pour into wood and thought, this guy's nuts. He set his on fire. And then before long, I'm trading with him. I got a 4-ounce mini Gator bar, and then it was like, okay, I'm hooked. I actually sold. I had a commercial ammo press, and I sold that to get set up with my pouring stuff, and I never looked back. But I'm glad that I can help. It really, it's so neat to hear that, because I don't think of anything that I do as being anything out of the ordinary. I think as pourers, a lot of us reach a point where we just take simple little things we do for granted, because we've done it so many times.
Yep.
Blow your mold out before you pour into it. You just take that for granted. Or blow your crucible out before you turn the furnace on. People will have
the little steps. The little steps you just don't realize that you're doing.
Yeah. I've got a little air compressor sitting at the end of my workbench. I fire it up before I know I'm going to pour, so it builds up some pressure. Then I get this question a lot too. How do you know when your crucible is bad? I'm like, I don't know. I can tell.
Just by looking at it and the way it acts.
Yeah. I can't. That's not something that I can just give you an answer. You have to experience a crucible failure, and then you have to be able to look at that crucible and see the signs of crucible wear. When I hit a crucible with a torch and I see it's got deep pits, I decide whether the risk is worth it to use that crucible or just pitch it and grab a new one.
See, I would be horrified with an electric kiln. If I started even thinking that it was starting to go bad, I would just replace it, because I've watched so many people on here destroy their kilns because their crucibles break inside the kiln and put silver all over the bottom of them.
Hey, Scully, when you get the warning, it's too late.
Yeah.
Yep, and then I went through a phase where I was coating the outside of my graphite crucibles with a ceramic paint and it worked really, really well. But then it started chipping off of the graphite. But and then I even thought about buying Assayer's crucibles that are ceramic crucibles with graphite ones inside. And I asked the furnace company, and they didn't recommend it. They said those were for inductive heating furnaces. And so, I don't know. I think as by nature we're tinkerers. We're always looking to improve what we do.
I don't know. My videos are kind of half and half. Sometimes I'm just trying to sell something, and I'll do one long one or something. If I find something new or something's interesting, like somebody turns me on to something, I'll try to hit all the people that watch my channel,
Yeah. Well, let's not BS. We're all trying to sell something. I mean, that's we all if we don't sell it, then we end up melting it down and pouring it again into something else. So I'd rather pour it once and have somebody buy it and appreciate it than have to re-pour something into something else. But, it's okay to share ideas and concepts while we're doing that.
Yeah, see, I'm the type that anybody who wants to pour or learn how to pour, I'm willing to give every bit of information I possibly have. I mean, I love the idea that people want to do it.
Yeah.
Growing the community.
It's feeding that creative urge that's inside every human being.
Exactly.
We all have a sense of creativity built in our DNA. And, silver is a neat way to feed that urge because it's also money. It's also, you're playing with money. And so it's kind of like learning origami, but using, dollar bills.
Yes, exactly.
Which I actually have a shirt that Christopher Sanchez made out of dollar bill. It's in my community box. He folded me
I'll
up.
tell you. When I first started watching your videos, Mr. Zeke, I think what made you so fascinating is first of all your personality. You're just one of those really down to earth, nice people. But you do a good job at explaining and explaining where people understand. I've watched other videos where people are throughout YouTube. There are so many different videos, not just in our community, on how to do things, and the way people explain things is so confusing.
Yeah.
And it seems like you have the ability to get that message across at a basic level where people can understand.
Explain it to me like I'm a 3-year-old.
Hey, see,
that's exactly, that's me. I need that. If you try to use big words, I'm lost within minutes.
Hey, see.
Yeah, what's up, Colonel?
Break it down, Barney style.
That's it, man. It's like Denzel said, and I can't even remember the movie, but he was like, "Talk to me like I'm a 3-year-old." He was interrogating somebody, and it's like I've read some quotes from some famous physicists who, Richard Feynman was one of my inspirations. I read a lot of his writings when I was younger. He was a brilliant physicist that played the bongos, and he would do a lecture at Berkeley on physics, and the hall would be filled, and the majority of the people in the hall weren't even physics students, because when he explained physics, people understood it. They didn't have to be physics majors or students or experts to understand physics, because Feynman would explain it in everyday terminology. And, there's a beauty in simplicity.
Oh, coffee. Thank you, Shane. Coffee.
Oh, that's funny because I'm drinking hot tea.
Like I said, we just literally got up, not even an hour ago. So.
Yep. My mom texted me this morning. My parents live in Florida, and I'm in Oklahoma, so there's a time difference. And she texted me this morning at 7:00. And normally I'm up by then, but I was up kind of late watching movies with a friend and my wife, and so I was fast asleep when my iPhone dinged right next to my head, and it was like, of all the mornings, not this morning. I was in dreamland, but once I'm up, I'm up.
You're stamping yours one, the letters ONE now?
So that was last night in between movies. I had this blank 1 ounce bar I'd poured, and I thought, I wonder which would look more aesthetically pleasing, the number one or spelling out one. So I thought I would try one where I spelled out one, and I thought I would just get some different opinions.
I like it. I like the spelled out. I mean, to me, as a pourer, it's more chance for error, but I like it. I like the ONE ounce, and I like how you spell out ounces. That's I like that instead of OZT or OZ or.
Yeah, I mean, if I have a bar that I pour that, I'm not going to stamp these. This is a specific run of bars that are designed to have that old school assayer look to them. So everything is spelled out. So it's fun. It's something, I'm constantly, it's got to change. It's got to be different. I can't do the same thing over and over and over.
Oh, you and me both. I discontinued all my skulls except my big one because I got tired of pouring them and messing with them. There's so many pieces that I was pouring that I poured so many times that I literally got completely sick of doing them.
I've got 160 graphite molds.
Wow.
I've accumulated over the last 2 years.
I've got one, and it's the one that has the 1 ounce, half ounce, and quarter ounce bar, and that's the only graphite mold I own.
And that's gold weight, so it doesn't actually write for silver.
No, what it does is if you pour an ounce of silver into it, it looks like a bread loaf.
Yeah, you get you get the bread loaf top. You get what we call the muffin top.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the same mold.
And I only use those for whenever I'm making like breaking down rounds. I'll use those to basically like do a whole bunch of quarter ounces so I can use as furnace fodder, in different denominations.
Well, and they're easier to cut up too.
Yep.
And you can nip grams off at a time.
Oh, any pour worthy salts got one.
Yeah, we all started with that little combo mold.
Yeah, that's how I started. Yeah, exactly. My first pour was in that, and then I started getting the pour lines on it with watching you guys doing with the torch to keep the mold hot. That's my first pour was in those. And then I started realizing you could do it in the clay too, because we originally got the clay for casting, but then I realized that you can actually pour into clay as well, and then that's what I started doing. So now, what
clay are you talking about? Delft clay?
Yeah, that's how I do all my pours. My bars, my skulls, those are all done in Delft.
Golly, that's a ton of work.
It only takes a couple seconds to pack the mold, and then you push your piece, whatever you're gonna pour. You just push your piece into it, and then pour it. It only takes a few minutes to do. That's why doing pours.
Open pour, Scully?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, open pour don't take really much time. When you start closing things up, that's when you got to take it apart. You got to clean the runners. There's a little more work involved.
You know what I notice on you, Kernel, is you do a lot of the K4 rounds in that big flask mold. Why don't you get yourself one of the small rings? It would be perfect size for your K4 round, and you'd only have to do a fraction of the sifting of your clay.
Dude, for that matter, get a section of steel pipe and just cut a real shallow section of steel pipe.
Exactly. There you go. Perfect. I never thought of that. Thank you, Mr. Zeke. I'm going to be doing that.
I literally made my own aluminum rings.
Yeah, those aluminum rings, even for the small ones, $50.
No, I went to a local metal supplier and bought a section of 3-inch.
There's a 60 and 100 millimeter, right?
80. I think they're 80 and 100. 80 and 100 or 80 and 110.
Shanny's saying 60 and 100.
There you go, 60 and 100.
But yeah, even like a galvanized pipe. Well, I guess galvanized you don't want to use. Yeah, never use galvanized, but a steel pipe, yeah, that's a brilliant idea. I mean, I never even thought about doing that. And I've got steel pipes that are up to 4 inches wide.
This is a section of aluminum pipe I bought from a local metal supplier. And then I took it to work when I worked at the gun range, and they machined out the rim for me for the other side. So, and then I put my lineup marks on it and I made my own. Now this one, I could literally, for 90% of my pores, cut this in half. It's plenty deep.
Oh yeah, easy. You only need about an inch.
Yeah, this is way too deep. I end up having to pack way too much clay in it. But yeah, I mean, and they charged me $4 for a 6-inch section of pipe.
You know, Mr. Zeke, if you went and you got a whole bunch of different sizes of aluminum and had them do that at $4 a piece, and then sold a complete ring set for like $25, you would make so much money. I'd be your first customer, first of all.
The hardest part was convincing the gunsmiths to machine the where they fit together.
Just buy an 8-foot piece and whack it off in little 2-inch sections.
Yeah,
exactly.
You could do it. It would be so easy. And I thought I was going to actually make my own flask here pretty soon by buying a piece of 6-inch square aluminum tubing, and then just cutting it in half, and I've got half and half.
I've actually been making my molds lately out of just using wood and painter stir sticks, and it actually worked out really, really good. I've made a couple molds and mold frames, and they are working beautifully. I was shocked because I've been stuck to these rings, and I need bigger
boxes. I just cut up 1x2s.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
And screwed them together in the corners so they were good and square, and then put guides on 2 sides so they fit together right, and that's it. I mean,
yeah, I use painter stir sticks. I cut them and then I put them on the sides, so that way you cannot get it off center. It only has one way it can go in.
Yeah, I mean, there's no limit if you have an open mind and you're creative, and if you're cheap.
And I'm all of the above, and more so.
We all are. We're all cheap, or we wouldn't be doing this in the first place.
Hey, Hillbilly.
It's like me with my graphite bar molds. I've made the majority of them. I would go to Ohio Carbon and order, 5 pieces of 1/2-inch thick or 3/8-inch thick by 2x2 pieces of graphite, take them to work, and use the end mill and just mill out whatever shape or size bar I wanted.
Hey, y'all, whoever said hi just now, I think it was Scully maybe or something.
Yeah,
yes,
hey.
Sir.
That's okay. Jump in there, brother.
Yeah, I jumped in the middle of the conversation. You know me, I'll just sit back and be quiet until I get a moment.
Yep.
It's like later today, I'm going to pour into this Altoids can, Scully.
When I woke up, that was the first thing I seen. You were talking about that, and that is again another absolutely brilliant idea. I've got literally probably 20 Altoid cans, all different sizes.
Yep, you just got to squeeze the hinge plates closed with a pair of pliers, and then spray it with Pam, and then pour right into it. You get a neat shaped bar. Now, the Altoids can is toast because it's got that little rim on it, so the bar won't drop out. But like you said, I mean, these things are a dime a dozen.
Exactly.
You just cut the Altoids can off of the bar, and you've got a bar shaped in the same shape as the Altoids can.
Yeah, I was collecting them for making char cloth for like outdoor stuff, and I ended up collecting too many because I'm a pack rat.
Yeah. And you're like, what am I going to do? And then you can use the lid for a shallow bar.
That is such a good idea.
So,
well, when you do that, are you going to do a video on it?
I don't know. I haven't really, I hadn't
do a video. I want to see it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
I think that would be an awesome video. And I think you'd get a lot of people being like, wow. I really do. I think that's going to be a shocker to a lot of people. I think a lot of people may try it after that.
I forget that we gain new people every day because I poured into an Altoids can probably a year ago.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
And I forget that, you know, new subscribers, new viewers come along every day that don't go back and watch old videos. And so for them, it'll be brand new.
Exactly.
You know?
And to go back and do a video and redo something you've done in the past is not a bad thing anyway, because like you said, not only new viewers, but there are people that have been around that maybe didn't catch that video. Like me, I've been so busy. I'm so far behind in videos right now. And I kind of I really enjoy watching everybody's videos. And for about 2 to 3 weeks, I literally didn't watch a single video. And I'm still to this day trying to catch up on all the videos, because the other thing is I try to make sure I support everybody's channel.
It's so hard. It is so hard.
It is.
So many people out there. And when you start racking up...
It's an all-day job.
Oh, yeah. It's like you could sit at your computer. Like right now, I promise you there are videos being posted that when we're done with this chat, I'll be like, oh, man, I missed 15 videos. Now I've got to watch them.
Exactly.
And so...
Well, my first videos that I watch on a daily basis are anybody who pours. Those are my favorite because those are the ones I learn from.
Yeah, I agree. I love watching. And there are, you know, when I started, and for probably the first year, there were a ton of pour videos. And now there's very few people actually pouring on camera anymore.
I noticed that.
You just see the finished product.
Yeah, well, what I notice is the only time you really see a lot of pour. Kernel is the one who does probably the most pour videos of anybody.
Yep, that's true. And see, I don't pour that much anymore. So, you know, it used to be.
I don't pour. Hey, Zeke, I don't pour a lot of silver. I just make a bunch of videos. It looks like it. It's like, I'm like the Wizard of Oz, you know? You got to look behind the curtain.
You pour it all at one time and then you splice different videos out of the same pouring session?
Yeah, I've only ever poured once.
Oh, man, you crack me up.
And that's one thing about Kernel's videos that is so great is his little comments throughout his videos when he's doing things. They bust me up at times, I'll tell you.
Oh, well, because he acts like no one's watching, so he'll talk to himself while he's pouring.
Yes, I love that. That is probably, yeah, absolutely. That is.
And you're
or he's talking to Alice, or he'll say something because he gets a little frustrated at something, and you know, it's fun.
Scale. I'll find the other scale. He cracks me up, dude.
Yeah, he's good. And one I would like to see pour more is the Vulcans. They are definitely in the top pourers in the community, and they pour some of the most beautiful pieces. And yeah, I would love to learn a little more from them, but they don't show a lot of their videos.
When he was pouring, when Mr. Vulcan was pouring into wood, he did a lot of wood videos. And the video would start with him routering out the wood, you know, marking it off and routering it out. And then he would pour his first pour, and then he would pour his second pour. And now that they're doing their casting, there's a lot fewer pour videos.
Yeah.
I think it's probably just prep work.
I wanted so bad to do wood pours, but I've watched too many of these guys do wood pours, and when they first do the first pour, that silver's spitting all over the place. Well, I have in our shop, we have granite countertops and we have really nice wood floors.
No,
So
you don't want to do that. I won't do it in my garage.
I will destroy that shop.
I've got carpet in my garage that's got mold shaped melted spots. I've dropped molds on camera and videos and picked them up, and the mold's smoking because it's got carpet stuck to it.
That's funny.
People think it's hilarious, and I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah, see, I have to be very, very careful because our shop used to be a studio apartment, well, a 1-bedroom apartment, and we converted it into our shop when we got the property, and it's got really nice wood floors, really nice granite countertops, and my kiln setup is right on top of the countertop. Yeah. So I have to be very, very careful on, pouring, and knock on wood, to this day, I have never spilled silver.
You need to go to Home Depot. You need to buy about 2 or 3 yards of indoor outdoor carpet, just the medium grade, and just put it over that wood floor right in front of where you do your pouring.
That's actually another really good idea.
Cheap, man. That stuff's like $6.50 a yard. I do my whole garage about once every 2 years in it. I just pull all of it out, roll it up, and put new carpet down.
That's actually a really good idea.
Man, you drop something on it, because I've got concrete floors, and I've seen too many videos of hot silver hitting concrete and flashing and causing the concrete to crack and the silver spitting everywhere. And man, I'm not trying to burn myself.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm just trying to have fun.
That's funny. Yeah, it's a good idea too. I need to do that. I need to do something to protect the floor. I'm not as worried about the countertops because they are, pretty durable, and I don't think, long if I drop something on it, I get it off quickly, it should be fine. But the floors, man, if hot silver hits that floor, it's going to burn it instantly.
Yeah, it will. Yes, it will. 2,000 degrees against the wood floor.
Yeah, yeah.
Not gonna.
Because eventually one day we want to move up in the mountains, and I want to be able to make sure we can get,
resell
what we want for the house. Yeah, exactly. We don't want to have to replace floors because I burn them with silver.
While I'm sitting here, I might as well, if I'm going to do that video, I might as well flatten out these hinge.
Why not, Scully? That's like a scar, you never forget how you got that.
Yeah, but if we sell the house, I don't think the new people are going to like seeing burn spots all over a floor.
Yeah, they're not.
Well, what you do is you sand it off real quick and urethane it and tell them the floor was distressed.
There you go.
And raise the price.
Right. I'm gonna get some tea. I'll be right back.
Okay. Zeke.
Yeah, we kind of want to try to keep everything in there kind of, looking decent. So I've been lucky so far.
I got rid of all my carpet.
See, if we had carpet, I wouldn't care because carpet's a little cheaper to replace, but the wood floor would be.
You don't want to drop silver on a damn nylon carpet because it just burns a big hole in it. Might even set your damn house on fire.
Well, I got a fire extinguisher literally about 2 feet from my pouring station, so I'm ready in case anything happens. And I also have a sink about 3 feet away, so I can always, start filling up cups of water.
I don't have one right close, but mine's handy. I don't know if you've seen the videos of the back shop where there's 2 green cabinets.
Yeah.
I keep my fire extinguisher in there. Hopefully the fire don't start there.
Yeah, it could be a problem. That's funny.
Yeah, I was going to put the fire out, but the fire extinguisher was on fire. Hey, did you see? I don't know when you come in. Did you see my little Uncle Sam?
I did. That thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's another one of those red rose ceramic tea little thingies they give you.
I missed it, Colonel. Let me see it, man.
Okay, I'll keep talking so it stays up here. Let me move him in. I gotta get him in here a little closer and get the shine on him. And
you haven't blackened him, have you?
no, I don't think Uncle Sam was black, was he?
You got a lot of detail in that.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I just figured the detail would pop more.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, the molds look really good, but they glazed them. So like it fills in all the damn definition. So you only get, I mean, you look at the little, let me get one. Get one while I'm thinking about it here. Here's like the kitties. See how detailed it looks? See how, let me hold it up there. See how detailed it looks? Well, a lot of that dark blue stuff is all filled in. You don't get that because the glaze filled that in. I'd like to have one of these right out of the kiln, you know, when you first fire, before you glaze it, and do one from there.
So you have that crisp detail.
Oh, I mean, they look good and all. I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big proponent of my bullshit, you know, but
you do good for it, Colonel. Okay. In fact, the only piece I have from you right now is the K4 round. I got to do some trades with you, my friend.
We can work something out.
His Eagle's a good piece. Did you see that?
His Eagle? Yes. Beautiful. You know, the one I really liked was his Reaper.
From yesterday?
The Eagle?
Scully, did you see the Eagle from yesterday?
Yes, I did. That thing turned out beautiful.
Okay. They're right around 4 ounces, give or take a little bit. Usually give.
What about your Reaper?
Pours, I usually don't ship them. It's got to be on or over.
What about your Reaper? Do you still have that mold?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll
have every mold I ever bought.
Yeah, I like his Reaper as well.
Yeah, I think that Reaper.
Yeah, the Reaper.
Yeah, I'll send you an email after the chat, and we'll work something out. I want to definitely do a trade with you. I've only got one piece from you.
Well, we'll do something, you know. Even if we do.
Actually, I have 2 of yours. I have 2 K4 rounds. The one you sent me, and then the one test piece that we did. But the test piece is on isn't stamped or anything.
Oh, but you have mine with a K4 stamp on it.
Yes, right? That's the one you sent me after we sent you the original stamp.
Yeah, I was looking at yours the other day. It's beautiful. I still admire that motherfucker. Excuse my French.
No, they came out good. I like that stamp. You know, Shani still hasn't made me a stamp. You're the only one she's ever made a stamp for.
Well, that's because she loves me.
Exactly.
And of course I love you, Colonel.
You hear?
What'd she say?
He said, of course she loves you, Colonel.
Yeah. I'm not moving to California, Shani.
Actually, we want to move out of California. We'll come to you. California is too expensive. California is
Custom
way
Coin
too
Rings
expensive.
USA, Luke Colonel. I just come inside for a second and saw your stream. Okay, back to working on silver dice. All
Take care,
right.
Custom Coin.
Somebody's in the Custom Coin Rings is in the shop.
That's where I'm going.
What are you doing?
Probably in
Custom
about 20
Coin
minutes.
Ring, you pouring some silver?
Yeah, it looks like
Silver
he's pouring
dice.
silver dice.
You know, it just dawned on me, Scully, where I got the idea to pour into the Altoid.
Huh.
I had been watching Losing Louie pour into bottle caps.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought bottle caps are made from steel. And then I put a magnet to the Altoids can, and it stuck, and I went, the Altoid can's made of steel. Why can't I pour into the Altoids can? Because I had actually sent Louis a PM and asked if he cared if I poured into some bottle caps, just to see how much fun it was and all that. And he was like, I don't care. Do whatever you want to do, man. It's I don't own that. And so I poured a few bottle caps, and it was neat because, the bottle cap, I mean, the metal just glows yellow when you pour silver into it because it's so thin. And then I thought, man, if you can do it this small, why couldn't you do it bigger? And
how did the bottle cap look? I've never seen that.
Oh, dude.
Do you have it?
Bottle cap, awesome. Because you get the ridge. Yeah, let me get my community box.
Yeah, I want to see this.
I got the one that he painted with the glow-in-the-dark radioactive symbol. It actually glows in the dark.
I bet you Colonel's fixing to do a Labatt's blue bottle cap.
Labatt.
A word to the wise. Take your torch and burn.
We don't have one of them, Ron.
Take your torch and burn the plastic out of the cap before you pour silver into it.
Yeah, burn it outside too. Don't do it inside.
Let me see here. Oh, here it is right here. It was easy to find.
Oh, get out of town.
Yeah, he's got it marked cola on one side, and then there are the ridges.
It'll be up here in a second. Shenny wants to see too. There it is.
And then there's his logo. And so, yeah, you get the ridges all the way around the edge. Depends on how much you pour into it. It takes about a normal bottle cap will take about 45 grams.
Really?
42 to 45 grams.
That is so cool looking.
But yeah, I saw him do it, and I thought, well, my wife drinks Coke.
Does that just pop out of the mold, or do you have to cut the bottle cap off of it?
You got to pry the bottle cap off. Yeah. But you can kind of see there's a spot here, and a spot here where, I don't know if you could, it's coming through on the camera, but it's radioactive. It's glow in the dark paint. So when you if you let it charge for a while and shut the lights off, you get the radioactive symbol on it. And he did those for a while. And the COA was the actual bottle cap flattened. So that's
really cool.
That's pretty sweet.
That's old school Losing Louie right there.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. Again, like we were talking about earlier, man, you could learn so much. Every day I'm learning something new. Altoids cans, pouring in bottle caps.
Yeah.
It's crazy all the different things you can actually do with silver.
There's no limit, man. There's no limit. I thought I had another one that was I had gotten before he did the radioactive one, but I think that's the only one I got. And I poured like 6 or 7 of them, and I carried one in my pocket for a while, but the edges are pretty sharp. Because you got to think the edge on a bottle cap is pretty sharp, and so when you pour into it, the reverse is pretty sharp. And so I had one in my pocket at work one day, and it scratched my leg, and I think I cussed, and I was walking by a guy at work, and he's into some video game where it's in the future and bottle caps are currency. And I pulled it out of my pocket, and he was like, "What's that?" And I said, "Oh, it's silver. I poured it into a bottle cap." And he bought it on the spot. I had went and stamped it with my maker's mark and whatnot, and he bought it right there on the spot. I mean, didn't even ask me how much I wanted. I figured the weight and the price per ounce and gave him a price, and he was like, "I'll take it. I'll go to the ATM and get some cash, and I'll take it." And I was like, "What just happened?"
Wow.
That sounds like yesterday. I couldn't make shit fast enough. I could have had 100 ounces of silver and sold it yesterday. It was just the stars were aligned or some shit.
It's funny. I have those days too, where I'll pour something and people see it and they want it, and I'll get slammed, and all of a sudden you can hear crickets for the next week.
Yeah, people see you make it and see one person want it, and then the next thing you know, you're making a half dozen of these damn things. Not damn, but you know what I'm saying.
Just like what I was saying, Hi-Ho just uploaded a pouring video.
I just saw that.
I just got an email alert.
I didn't get it yet.
It's looks like a cast iron mold because it's a muffin top.
Who did it? Who did it, Zeke?
Hi-Ho.
Oh, yeah, I got him subbed and belled.
Yep, I switched over to my email because I noticed my email had jumped quite a bit. And he's done a pouring video. I don't know if it's an actual pouring video or just showing the finished product.
Yeah, I do that sometimes myself. Sometimes I just want to be alone.
Yeah, there's something to having while you pour that, takes away from the pour.
Nah, you get too busy, you're trying to run the camera, hey Spencer, you're trying to run the camera, you're trying to make the pour, you're trying to check the heat, you're trying to, you're busier than one on paper hanger, you just.
A one-legged butt kicker?
Yeah, one-legged butt kicker, yeah. Because, that's what I usually do, fall on my ass.
That's funny.
To me, it's hard to do when I'm doing pouring or casting, to have to film everything. It seems like it makes everything take so much longer.
It's like in the Army when they told us, when you had to do something in sub-zero temperatures, plan twice as much time because it's going to take longer.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy it. Back on the video subject, I like making the videos. I have fun with them. I started out, mine were on educational, and I said, this shit's not educational, so I switched it over to entertainment. I figured if you can't get a laugh out of this, you just, something's wrong with you.
I think all my videos are people and blog.
Vlogs?
There's a choice, people and blog. And I think that's what all mine are.
What's funny is even though you're calling them vlogs and everything, everybody who's doing pouring, it literally is educational because it's showing people how to do it.
It really
Even if you're not explaining it, they're seeing it.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can list it under either or. It would fit.
Literally be like changing a spark plug on camera, not telling you what you're doing, but changing a spark plug on camera. Somebody's going to learn something from that.
Well, it's kind of like the theory of, somebody can spend 10 years in school to learn a trade, and people will learn more if it's hands-on.
Their first day at work, they learn more. Yeah,
exactly. And I think people seeing somebody do it, is better than somebody trying to explain to them how to do it. If they
And
can actually
realize
see it, they pick up more.
Not thinking that guy's like telling you, oh, do this, do that. He's like some kind of genius, because he's not. You know? That's why I just try to keep mine as down to earth as possible. Here's how I do it. Your results may vary.
That should be a disclaimer at the bottom of every one of our videos.
Okay.
Results may vary.
Scruffy's out.
It's a wonder YouTube don't make it a fucking requirement.
Yeah, we'll have to get Louis to do another run of these bottle caps, because they're not difficult. Certainly not to take away from what he does, but they were the first pieces I identified with him, were the bottle cap pours.
Did you see that video the other day of that trade I did with Luz and Louis?
Possibly.
Oh, he wrote me one of them love notes, you know?
Oh.
And he says, you're the first guy I ever watched. You're the reason I'm into pouring silver. Then he sent me a card, said, you're awful. And when you opened it up, it said, that's why I like you. And he said, keep inspiring young pourers. And I'm going, what'd I do? I don't even know what I did, you know? I'm just making videos.
We're all in the same boat, brother. Christopher Sanchez.
Yep.
Doors open.
Finally, after about 8 months, I finally got my Christopher Sanchez snake.
I still don't have one of those. I'm ashamed to say.
Really?
I remember when he made the very, very, very first one, and it was by accident. He left the sprues on, and then he just drilled a hole in some wood and stuck it in there, and then all of a sudden, bam, instant hit.
Yes, I seen that snake on the piece of wood.
Yep.
Yes.
They're fucking excellent. Is that Chris that does them?
Yeah, that's Sam.
And what's funny is anybody who hasn't got one, you see them on camera and they look really cool, but when you actually get it in person, oh, it's even cooler in person. I think that's the way it is with all silver, but yeah, those snakes look so cool in person. It's definitely on my desk. It sits on my desk all the time. And Chris, I am doing a video on that. In fact, I started it last night and I'll finish it today.
I can't believe after you mark all your stamps.
Yeah, well, the stamp thing's happening as soon as I go out in the shop today. That is a brilliant idea, and I can't keep doing the errors. And my eyes have ever since my dad died. When my dad passed away, I kind of got super depressed and lost a bunch of weight, and I got really sick for a while until I snapped out of it. And ever since then, my eyes have been horrible. I mean,
I turned 40 and my eyes went to. When I turned 40, all of a sudden I couldn't read my watch, so I had to buy these things, readers.
That's what I have exactly.
Then I had to start buying, watches with bigger faces on them, and it wasn't because it was a fad that I was, trying to look like a rap star, but I just wanted to be able to read my watch.
You want to know what time it is?
Yeah, I mean, I have an Omega Speedmaster. It's a piece of history. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch, but the chronograph on it, I couldn't read to save my life. So, a lot of times you'll catch me now just wearing a Casio Pro Trek because it's digital and I can read it at a glance.
Colonel, did you get that? Chris said send him a link in email. He's having the same problem as me. If you could just, and he's got his email address right there.
Sanchezo Christopher. Yeah, I'm thoroughly embarrassed to say that I don't have one of those snakes, because Chris has been awesome in the community for so long, and it's one of those pieces that has just eluded me for so long. And I was there when he did the very first one, and it's like I should have one of those, but we've never connected and made it.
And that's a piece I think everybody should have. I really do. I think it's just such a unique piece, and how he does it on the wood. It's definitely one of those must-have pieces. I got to say, I'm thoroughly impressed with it. I'm even more impressed once I got it. And mine even has the forked tongue on it. I mean, how he got that to cast. My biggest problem with some of the guns I cast, especially my little Desert Eagle, is the trigger guard on it and getting that little tiny bit of silver to fill in. And he gets this tongue to be a forked tongue. And it's tiny. He just did a really good job. Very impressed with that piece. Very impressed.
And I don't think I've ever seen a pour video from him.
Chris, it's on the way, buddy.
I don't think I've ever seen him actually do a pour video.
Yeah, Chris, you need to do some pour videos. I've seen a couple of his.
Maybe I haven't. I just don't remember. That's the other thing. After you have a heart attack, your memory kind of goes. Part of your memory goes. And so,
my memory's short anyway. I suffer from short and long-term memory loss.
Yeah, I do too. And it's like,
I like it that way.
Maybe I have seen one.
I really like it that way because I'm not responsible for bullshit, you know? If it's over 24 hours ago, I'm not responsible anymore.
Christopher says they're up, so I know I've seen them because I picked him up pretty early on too. So, and one that I kind of miss is Matthew Smallwood. He used to do a lot of graphite carving videos.
Hey Zeke,
yeah,
that microphone of yours comes in and out, man. I ain't picking on you or nothing. I'm just like alerting you.
No, I don't know what it is. Maybe if I sit back too far away from the camera, it's not picking me up.
Sometimes it works fine. Sometimes it gets crappy, you know.
Huh? No, right.
Working fine a minute ago, and now it's all fuzzy.
Huh. Well, I don't know what to say. I probably ought to get an actual microphone and use it separately.
See, I think you're a little bit crackly, but I can understand everything you're saying fine.
Oh, I can understand him too, but it's not crisp and clear. You know what I'm saying?
Is it clearer when I talk closer to the mic?
No.
Okay, well, that's it. That isn't the problem then. Huh.
How many Altoid cans do you have? Do you have different sizes?
Oh, no. Right now, I just have one of the big ones and one of the small ones.
Do you want a couple more, Zeke? I can send you a few of the real small ones. I got different sizes if you want me to send you some of them.
Oh, no, I was just going to pour this one. Somebody asked me to pour a piece as a gift for somebody else as a secret. And so I thought I would do the Altoid pour just for grins. I was looking through the molds trying to figure out which mold to use. And I thought, I'm not going to use a mold. I'm going to use the Altoid can because it's been sitting on the workbench for 6 months.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Sanchez in the house.
Hello, all.
The Insane Clown Posse.
All right, Chris. Give up the secret. How do you get the tongue so sharp?
The very steady hand and a very deep impression.
A forked tongue.
Yep, that is true too. It's the impression.
I want to get one of them, but I have to wait for money.
Yeah, me too.
No, but seriously, I've looked at them and admired them for a while now, and I'm just gonna bust that nut, you know.
Well, it's well worth it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm very, very impressed with those.
I appreciate it. I've got about 6 ounces, and I've got like 5 other people that want one. I'm just waiting for the weather to to clear up because I only use the torch. I don't have a furnace.
Yes, I know where you're coming from, Chris. Well, I'm having a horrible problem right now because our shop it gets really cold in there, and trying to pour when it's that cold, yeah, it creates a lot of problems.
How cold is it?
Cold enough to where the silver is cooling, and causing all your crisp details to round out.
No, I'm only busting your balls, Scully. What's the
Oh,
temperature?
okay, I got you now. It's cold.
Yeah, like right
What
now
do
my
you
garage.
consider cold though? 50, 40?
Well, at night it gets in the 30s, in the low 30s at night.
Oh, down. Yeah, you're getting down there. 30s, 20s. I try to stay above 40 degrees.
See, my problem is I've gotten my days and nights so reversed where I'll spend from about 10 o'clock at night until 5 in the morning in the shop, because it's like the only time I can actually get stuff done without phone calls, without people coming over, without the doorbell, without, all the chaos of the normal day. I get my peace and quiet at night. So I've been doing all my pouring overnight, and it's kind of in the wintertime, it's the worst time you can pour because it's so cold.
Right. I run into that problem a lot.
Yeah, and my normal work, construction wise, has been slow for the last month and a half. So we're kind of,
What do they have, like a winter season in California?
No, I honestly, I haven't been pushing a lot of the work because I'm getting ready I was supposed to be having my surgery this month, but that got postponed because Shani now is going to end up having to have a surgery on her shoulder. So hers is more important. So we're putting mine off again. We're both kind of falling apart.
Right. Age is a wonderful thing.
Oh, yeah. And I know when I was younger, I thought I was invincible, man. I literally couldn't get hurt for anything.
Oh,
and I think all those years of pushing myself, I've kind of beat up my body enough to where now I'm paying for it.
That's right, Scully. Live fast, die young, and leave a good-looking corpse.
It all catches up with you.
Well, I don't know I'd be leaving a good-looking corpse, but hey.
What you working on there, Chris? Century. What's that?
That's an old fishing reel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit stiff whenever I'm trying to turn it, I just got to work on it, clean it up.
I've got a couple of the antique wooden fishing lures with glass eyes, and I was shocked to find out how much those things were actually worth. I was going to sell them in a yard sale for, a couple bucks a piece, and I find out those things are worth like $100 a piece.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about fishing reels. I had a whole set of pen reels. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. They're pretty good fucking fishing reels, and they fucking disappeared, and I'm pissed about it.
They disappeared?
Yeah, they got sold for drugs or some fucking bullshit. I don't know. I had one for deep sea fishing, one for fly fishing, one. Everything I had was a pen reel. I paid good money for that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that. I helped a person before that was in need, and I brought him into my garage at my other house, and he was in there, and we were talking, and I kept noticing he kept looking around, but I didn't think nothing of it at the time. But then 2 days later, we got our garage cleaned out. All our fishing gear was gone, poles were gone, some tools were gone, and then the guy that we helped out was gone.
No, this wasn't like that. No. There's only ever been one person had enough balls to come in here and actually rob me. But this was like family. They had a problem.
I'll be right back.
Wait, that's the wrong nut.
What's that, Insane Clown Posse t-shirt?
It's actually It.
Huh?
A clown from It.
Pennywise. It's Pennywise the Clown.
Yeah.
Pennywise.
I read that book in junior high. All right, Colonel, I got to bounce.
Take care, Mr.
Okay,
Zeke.
Zeke. It's been fun, brother.
Hey, Mr. Zeke.
Oh, Mr. Zeke, you got a package coming. It should be there this next week.
Oh, that's always fun to hear.
Yeah.
We'll catch you later, Zeke. You take care.
I will, my friend. It has been an absolute delight. You'll all float. Is that say float? Because that's what the book said. They all float down here.
And definitely do that.
That book scared the crap out of me in junior high.
My internet just went down.
I heard it get garbly.
You guys still there?
I'm still here.
Man, we're hanging.
Am I still here?
I think you're still here. YouTube
Yeah,
style.
my internet's going crazy right now.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Zeke's gone.
Yeah, Scully, I had a problem a
Yeah, I don't know
few
what.
years ago. My son got on that fucking crack and shit.
Take care, Mr. Zeke.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's such a nice guy. I like Mr. Zeke.
Yeah, I like the Zeke, man. I sent him a Mad Max bracelet. I didn't even know him. I just sent him one.
Here's Mr. Zeke. Sorry, I can't type. My keyboard's covered by cats right now.
Keyboard's covered by cats.
Yeah, they like to sit up on my desk while I work. Kind of eliminates me from doing anything on the computer. I push them off and they jump right back up.
You're the cat man. Scully the cat man.
We kind of rescue cats. So we the ferals and all that, we kind of help them get them fixed to kind of control population in our area. Our area's got a lot of stray cats. So a lot of people were just taking them down to the local SPCA and they were actually putting the cats down, and I'm kind of against that. So we kind of took it upon ourselves to start feeding the strays. And then once the strays started all kind of hanging around our house, we started catching them when traps and taking them down, getting them fixed, getting them their shots. And in the last year or so, we've actually controlled the population greatly. We've got no new cats. And all the strays, once you get them fixed, they stop fighting and doing that loud meowing in the middle of the night that pisses everybody off.
Oh, and they sound like little kids
We've
fighting.
actually been real successful on it. We had a lot of kittens, but the kittens, anytime we get a group of kittens, we actually take them in the house and then socialize them and then take them, we get them adopted. We've been real successful on that too. When we first started, it was a nightmare because a lot of the kittens we were getting were literally brand newborn, and you have to feed them every 2 hours. So Shani and I did that for about 8 months, and then we just couldn't do it anymore. It was killing us. But luckily, again, we got control of it and got them all fixed. So we stopped having litters of kittens. So we're on the downhill now. It's definitely gotten a lot easier, and but now we just have a lot of cats that hang around our house. But we have no mice problem, so that's a good thing.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I've got so much I got to pour today. So, Chris, you got a list of people that want the snakes right now?
Yes, I think Beach Bum wanted one. Silver to Burn wanted one.
Bernie.
Yeah, Bernie, he wanted one. Got you off the list.
Yes, thank you, my friend. You don't even know how happy I am to have that piece. I am thoroughly impressed. Like I said, I've seen them a lot on other people's videos of them showing it. I always thought it was really cool, but until you actually have it and actually see it in hand, it takes it to a whole new level of coolness. Definitely.
Well, I appreciate it.
A great idea. I mean, putting it on the wood was brilliant. That was, it's art. It's a little art piece is what it is. I think everybody should have a Sanchez snake. That's my opinion.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. I'm not trying to butter you up, my friend. I already got the snake, so I don't need to butter you up. I'm telling the truth.
What's he doing? A butterfly?
Huh?
What are you doing, Chris?
I'm farting around with that real steel. I'm still.
Oh, I thought. Don't mind me. I thought somebody said butterfly.
No, I said I'm not trying to butter him up.
Oh, I thought maybe he was going to make a butterfly. I'm thinking, damn, that would be cool as shit, but that would be time consuming as a mother.
I think Tomoko, he did a butterfly.
Yes, he did. I was getting ready to say the same thing. Yeah, Tomoko did one. It turned out beautiful.
A deaf port class?
Yes. Yeah.
I never seen it. I got to see this.
It's in his intro. If you actually on his intro in the beginning of the video, it's one of the little clips in his intro.
I got to check that out. I guess I didn't pay attention.
Come on.
That's not unusual.
I got to finish this knife for Laura Blade. I think I'm going to recast it though. I got too many pits in it. It was my first attempt. Well, I tried to.
I've poured, I don't know, like a lot of those eagles. I had to pour that thing 3 times the other day just to get it to come out right. You know, sometimes shit just don't work out.
Who did that? Oh, well, still his idea.
Where you at, Chris? You out there on the West Coast too?
The middle of the United States.
You're in the Midlands.
I'm next to Texas.
Pardon?
He's in New Mexico, I believe.
The one state that nobody believes it's part of the United States.
The one state that don't believes it's.
Well, I'm in that same boat, Chris. California is not part of the United States.
No, that's the Independent Republic of California.
See, there you go.
I think if they want to be, if they want to leave the union, you know, just go.
You know, you say that, Colonel. I want to be honest. You say that, but if California would split from the U.S., the U.S. would literally fall into a third world country because the majority of the money that comes into the U.S. comes through California. California.
Well, then we'll pay a tariff on it, won't we?
Well, California has the 7th largest economy in the world, and we're talking about economies meaning like China. Everybody. We got a bigger economy than France, most of England. California is a very rich state.
Yeah, but they're freaks. They're freaks. And if they want to go, let them go, Scully.
Well, I live in California, and I don't want that. I like the United States of America. So I don't think
you got a lot of people out there want to leave, and I said, if you don't like it, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Well, Texas is the same way. Texas has been trying to secede from the union for decades. So, I mean, there's other states that want to leave, but what these states don't realize, Texas, California, it's not that easy for one, and it won't happen because, first of all, the government knows what happens if California leaves.
If you want to know the truth,
the what?
They're not going to go nowhere. They're just blowing off steam.
That's all. It's all it ever is.
Like that federal money.
Well, actually, California.
You got to remember, they might be the 7th largest nation economy in the world. But if America stops giving them fucking handouts, they're going to drop in the numbers.
California pays more in federal income tax.
We make them that way.
Right, but California pays more in federal income tax than they receive in federal money. So if they stopped paying federal income tax, California would actually make more money.
Well, good go.
No.
Reason to go.
No. We don't want that. I don't want that. You wouldn't want that. I live in California, and I don't want to secede. I think Californians, the people who want to do that, just need to. It's never going to happen, so it really is irrelevant. It's just a moot point. It's not. It's never going to happen. So
yeah, I agree with you. Never mind. We wouldn't talk about that.
It's just, you know, it's people blowing off steam. It's a Democratic state, and there's a Republican president right now. So it's a high talking point, but they're never going to get the votes to do it, and the federal government wouldn't allow it anyway. So it's just a moot point. It's just a talking point for people is all it is. It's never going to happen in a million years.
That's like Western New York or upstate New York wants to secede, or wants New York City to be its own friggin' state.
Yeah.
Yes, because New York is nothing like where I live.
Now,
we don't think alike. We don't talk alike. We don't do nothing alike. We have nothing in common.
That's more of a possibility of like, say, New York splitting up into 2 states. That's actually something that could happen. But for a state in the U.S. to secede and to leave the U.S., that's never going to happen. Now, I agree with that, Grenadier.
John.
Hi, Grenadier, by the way. Yeah, that's a possibility. California splitting into 2 states or possibly even 3. They've talked about that as well.
Well, you need that big old earthquake to be able to split you guys in half.
Yeah, that big old earthquake is going to wipe out most of California.
They won't split. The reason they won't split is the water. They've been trying to do that.
Hey,
yeah.
You moved there.
I've lived in California ever since I was born.
We got faults in New York.
John Z.
There's a fault that runs right between me and Rochester. But it's like inactive. I think maybe a few years back, I don't know what it's been now, we had like a 1.2 earthquake. You might have thought the fucking world was ending.
Hi, John. We had in Gilroy, which is only about 2 hours from here, we had a 4.3 earthquake last week. It was we should have felt it. I didn't feel it, but it actually was felt here in our city, but I never even noticed it. I remember when I was a kid,
I didn't even know we had one until they told me on the radio.
When I was a kid, I was in our bathroom. We had hanging chandeliers, and I remember I was in the bathroom as a kid, brushing my teeth, getting ready for school, and we had that really big earthquake back then in the early 70s. And I remember I was in there, and all of a sudden the chandeliers started just swinging back and forth, and it felt like, the ground was literally going to open up underneath me. And I remember I wasn't super scared, but I went in and I saw my dad's face, and my dad was white. Apparently, when he was a kid, he was in an earthquake that the ground opened up 20 feet away from him, and it opened up into a 20-foot crevice in the ground. And ever since then, my dad's been horrified of earthquakes. And I remember, I just remember that as a kid, that was the biggest earthquake I've ever, since I've been in California, that I've ever seen. Even the big San Francisco quake, I remember feeling it, but it wasn't like that one in the early 70s. I don't know when that was exactly, but the one in the early 70s was crazy. California has been getting hit again in the last couple of weeks with a lot of earthquakes. And the USGS is saying that the San Andreas and another fault line here in California are getting active again. And they're saying that they said this about 2 years ago, but they said within the next 5 years, there's a 99.95% chance that California is going to have a 7-point or higher earthquake.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, we're in that zone of where it's almost inevitable that it's going to be happening, within the next few years. Now, whether it's going to be the one that's going to drop LA into the ocean, I highly doubt it, but it's probably going to be one big enough that we're going to have another San Francisco, where it's going to crush buildings.
I hope before that happens, Scully, that I get one of them fruit salads that they serve like in Southern California. You get strawberries, and tomatoes, and all this shit on. They're excellent. Save me one of them and then go in the ocean.
Yeah, well, California, I don't know that it can actually fall into the ocean. I don't know where that came from, but even if the San Andreas split, it's not going to actually fall anything into the ocean. The problem is once you get an earthquake above about 8 or 9 on the Richter scale, anybody in that area is going to die because the earthquake's going to be so strong, it's going to break every bone in your body. So that's going to be the big problem when we actually have that massive earthquake. is it's just going to kill massive amounts of people. And then the other issue for earthquakes is they
gloom shit. I don't know. I don't feed into all that doom and gloom bullshit, you know? Like, Chicken Little, the fucking sky is falling, you know?
Oh, I don't fall into it. But earthquakes are serious enough to where it's not the earthquake itself. Even if we get like a 7 or so earthquake, that's not the problem. It's all the gas lines that get broken, and then fires is what destroys. Like the San Francisco earthquake, when it went and happened, they had all those massive fires because all the gas lines broke. And that's why me and Shanny already have we already have a game plan. The minute we have an earthquake, the first thing we're doing is shutting the gas down. We already, I showed Shanny where it's at, how to do it. So in case I can't get to it in time, but that's the only thing we worry about. I don't care if the house falls in. I just don't want it to burn down, you know, or catch on fire, because even if we lose a part of the house because it starts to collapse, we still have all our belongings. And for the most part, you know, everything's going to be fine. And insurance will cover it. But if the gas lines break and then our house goes up, we lose everything. So Jesus, that's the biggest thing.
What? Hey, Scully, I don't mean to dig in your business, but what do you have to pay for full coverage out there in California? Like your place.
Well, we have the normal homeowners, but that's not that much. It's like $1,200 or $1,300 a year. But we also have, on top of that, we have renter's insurance to cover all our belongings inside. And that is literally $190 a year. And we have, I think the maximum is $60,000 worth of coverage. So if our house did burn down, you know, we'll get 60 grand, which is more than what we have.
Are you renting or own?
No, well, it's kind of both. We rent off of Shanny's mom, who owns it.
Oh, okay. It's like rent to own kind of family thing.
Yeah, it's a family house that we're basically paying the house payment is what we do.
You pay the house payment and pay the insurance.
Yeah, exactly.
Utilities.
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't really have like rent to pay.
No. Well, no. We just have the mortgage to pay.
Well, yeah, but it's family. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, we don't have the
same here, Scully. Family's different than fucking just some jamoke that walks in off the fucking street.
What's New California, John Z? Says Scully, get over to New California. What would that be, Arizona?
Arizona Bay.
Yeah, oceanfront property.
I liked it out there. I have a problem with their politics. That's the only problem that, you know, they're just.
See, we had this conversation before. I hate politics. It's probably one of my biggest peeves, because I don't like politicians.
Me too, because fucking people are so weird. I mean, on both sides, and even the middle's getting fucking screwy anymore. You know, it's like, what the fuck is the matter with you people?
See, what I love the most about California and where we live, we're 2 hours away from so many cool things. We're 2 hours away from the coast. We're 2 hours away from the mountains. We're 2 hours away from the desert. We're 3 hours away from Disneyland. We're 3 hours away from SeaWorld. We're 3 hours away from San Francisco. about 4 hours away from Los Angeles. I mean, we're so close to so many cool things on the West Coast. Trip and have a ball, and still be home at late night to sleep in our own bed. So we're in a position, in a place that we're smack in the middle of California, where we can kind of do whatever we want. You know, there's so many different things we can go do.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
don't
love
have to
about.
be. I could live in California, probably like up where you live, or somewhere out there in the country where you live. But I couldn't live in LA. I can't
Oh,
live
God,
in
no.
San Francisco. I can't
Oh.
live in Sacramento.
Hell
I can't
no.
live in Bakersfield's too big for me.
Bakersfield's nasty. That's a dirty city.
Yeah.
Dirty city. And I've got friends out there, and I love the people there, but the city itself is just dirty. The air smells bad. It's just a dirty city. And I don't know what it is about Bakersfield, but it's gross. To me, it's gross. I would never live there in a million years. I'd rather live in Los Angeles or San Francisco.
I used to go out there. What the hell's that desert? Mojave.
Mojave. I love Mojave. Oh my God. Yeah. Beautiful desert.
Go out through there, and like after spending 2-3 days in the industrial parts of greater Los Angeles, and I get out there and I'm just trucking out through the desert, and I'm going, this is cool. I like this. What the fuck just happened?
Yeah. We got a place called Red Rock Canyon here that has been used in movies. It has some of the most beautiful scenery, and you got these giant, like not giant, but big mountains of rock that it's like a rainbow of colors, and they're perfect lines that go all the way down the whole mountainside. They go reds, oranges, yellows. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous up there. And what I love the most about Mojave, there's buttloads of gold. Oh my God. And gemstones. See, you like rocks too, Colonel. We have fire agate, opal. There's so many different types of gemstones and stones out here in Mojave. I could live in Mojave if it wasn't for the summer heat.
Oh yeah, it's like brutal, you know.
Oh yeah, we get temperatures
I
114.
There, you know, going out across there, and I don't know. I don't personally have nothing against the state of California. I just think some of the people are fucking whacked out. That's all. But
I think
the ones I run into are okay. You know, maybe I'm lucky.
No, I think what it is California is just highly political. There's a lot of political power in California, and that's why a lot of people hate Californians, because of the political side of it. But there's a lot of people in California that are amazing people. There's a lot of places in California that are truly gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, San Francisco, even though it is a big city, is probably one of the most beautiful cities I've ever been in. I mean, it is gorgeous. There's so many things you can do in San Francisco and see, and there's so much history there. I think San Francisco is probably my favorite city in California, but driving in San Francisco or living in it, yeah, not even close. I wouldn't want to live there, and it's mainly because of the driving, the traffic. We went there for one of my doctors preparing for my surgery, and it took us, about 3 hours to get to San Francisco, but then it took us another 2 hours to get through San Francisco. You're at stop and go traffic, and it's not even like a certain time of day. It's like all the time.
Constant bottlenecking on the highway.
It's not that you're doing 4 miles an hour on a highway that has a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. And then you do something like me. Well, there's this lane all the way on the left. I'm going to jump in this lane because there's hardly anybody in it. And then I drove that lane on the way home, and I ended up getting 2 tickets in the mail because that was a lane that's specifically for people who pay for permits, which I thought was stupid as shit. But, we ended up paying a little healthy fine on that one.
Yeah, but you got home quicker.
We saved maybe about 15, 20 minutes, if that. I mean, it still got, that crawl pace at most of the time, but then there was these little bursts where, we're doing 45 or 50 while everybody else was standing still. But I was wondering why every time I'd go underneath these poles with these look like cameras on them. And I started wondering, and Shani says, you're going to get a ticket. I'm like, no, but I noticed that every time we went by one, a little yellow light would come on. Bloop. It was taking our picture of our license plate. Yeah, Shani kept warning me. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm not paying it. I'm not paying it. And then we find out if we don't pay it, I can never register my vehicle again. So,
oh yeah,
we paid it. So we paid it.
That T-shirt, Chris, reminds me of Insane Clown Posse. If I didn't have, I got them somewhere. Them fucking guys are whacked.
They're insane.
That's Pennywise, isn't it?
No. Yes, it is.
That's Pennywise, but when I look at it, Scully, it reminds me of the Insane Clown Posse, I don't know if you're into them. You might be too old,
I've heard of them. Never really listened to them that much.
They got a lot of albums, but in and amongst their several albums, there's some good tunes, There's a lot of just bullshit and repeats and remakes of something else. And you know how rock and roll goes.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I listen to mostly. Rock and roll. We listen to classical. We are definitely, we don't have a specific type of music we listen to. It's like whatever we decide we want to listen to, we listen to.
My favorite.
Shani's favorite's alternative. The one I have an issue with at times is country, but there are some country songs I like, but it seems like most of the time country songs are talking about breakups and heartbreak and wah, wah, wah.
Not always, I like the country songs that got USA themes and stuff like that. And Brown Bottle, Let Go My Hand. And, there's some good country songs. I like a little bit of everything. I don't like a whole lot of one thing, I'll even listen to friggin' classical, certain songs. Classical, I like. Certain rock songs, I like. Certain alternative songs, certain punk, yada yada yada.
Yep, we're the same way. We kind of, whatever we listen to. I like listening to music. Well, I used to like listening to music when I was in the shop, but now it seems like all I do is watch either YouTube videos or Netflix.
I was trying to get set up for that. My shit blowed up.
What's that, Netflix?
No, I bought this new computer that I have in the office, right? So it's Windows 10. And I took the old computer and a monitor and keyboard and mouse and put it out in the ringery. So we went to upload it. We wanted to upload it from 7 to 10, and it would have saved all my stuff, but it would have just been in 10 then. Well, Pearl, my beautiful, loving Jack Russell dog, we're about 3/4 of the way through. Who pulls the plug out of the wall?
Oh,
That's right. You got it, Pearl. And it fried everything. I lost all my emails, all my contacts, all my tax stuff for what I've sold, what I've bought, everything to file for this year. So it's like back to paper, baby. That means like this whole drawer, I got to take that drawer out of there to go through everything one by one, write them down, add them up. It was all right there on spreadsheets. Gone.
wow.
There's nothing backed up on the cloud or anything.
Shanny's asking, you don't have anything backed up at all, like on cloud or on flash drives or anything?
It the first thing it done, I have two hard drives or whatever, things that keeps all your information on, right?
Right.
I had two of them. But burnt one. That one had pictures all the way back to 1995 to date. Gone.
Wow.
Gone. Almost 500 gigabytes of photographs just pissed to the wind.
Yeah, that sucks. As Shanny said, you could always take your computer down to a computer place and they can probably recover most of your information.
It should all still be there.
It's all still there. It's just,
I think, I'm not sure. I wasn't big on them iCloud things because I wasn't too hip on sharing my something with somebody that their name was iCloud, you know? They may be up there somewhere, but it's like fucking finding where, you know, I knew this information went somewhere. It just didn't, you know, that's why I hate electronics.
yeah, I'm the same
I
with
hate electronics. I hate electronics. I hate electronics. Keep repeating that, Dave. I hate electronics. You know, it's a necessary goddamn evil, you know? It's just.
Well, you're living in 2018. You kind of have to.
No, it used to be, oh, so-and-so got a computer. He's online. Now everybody's online. Everybody's got an email or 5. And everybody's on Facebook. Everybody's on YouTube. Everybody, you know. And when the shit crashes, it's like the end of the goddamn world. You know, you trust these things, and all they do is let you down.
Oh, I hear you on that.
Yeah, just looks good now. Let me click this switch right here. Now tell me what you think. Technology. Hey, Johnny Z, while you're in there, buddy, I know you got that before. I'm going to put it up here again. Since I know you're from New York and you're a little slow on the uptake. But
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay, guys. Lost my train of thought. Oh, what was that? What was the name, John? What was the name of that site you give me? Oh, John. There was another site, all that YouTube, Stemmet. Oh, there's another one that John sent me to. That video site, like Stemmet, but Stemmet's, I don't like Stemmet. Steemit, Stemmet, Stymit, whatever. Here, I got one for you. No, that one that you were at and I was at. Oh, you told. No, I don't like them dudes. Screw them. Well, stomach it. I got a stomach for them. Want me to write stories for them so they can make money on them. I don't think so.
Hey, Colonel, I got to take off. I got family just showed up.
Okay, buddy.
All right, you guys have a good afternoon, and we'll talk to you all again soon.
Okay, man. About lunchtime for you guys. So, we'll talk to you. And,
yeah, that's what they want to do. They want to take us to lunch, so we're gonna get ready and go ahead and go to lunch with them.
Be good and good to Shani, and we'll talk to you later.
Sounds good, Colonel. I'll actually. We'll see you later, Chris. Colonel, I'll be sending you an email here in a little bit, and I want to set a trade up with you.
Okay, buddy. We'll work something out.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you all soon.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, shit, John. We were both there. Started with an E or something, I think. Fuck, I don't. Computer shit. Let's talk about something else, Chris.
What would you like to talk about, Colonel?
I don't know. Let's talk about, okay. I got an idea.
Okay.
I got it. I got it coming right here. We're going to do this right here. Number 12. What's the 12th letter in the alphabet?
This is reversible. Ooh. Pardon me, Colonel. I'm just mesmerized by this reel that I'm playing with. I can put the handle on either the left or the right. Just got to take it apart.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. We got to talk about something that John Z got. L.
Lemons? Limes? Limousines?
leopards, lions, lizards. That's one for you, man. That's one for you, Chris. Like a lizard on a rock. That's all yours.
The one thing with
That's
lizard
all
on a
yours,
rock.
brother. Like a little lizard or like a gecko or something, like on some kind of rock, dirt kind of rough surface. I think that'd be sweet, man. Stay on the theme, but like change it up a little bit, you know?
Like the snake?
Like the snake on the stump. It's just like a poker chip or two, but like it looks like a snake up on top. You done them. Lemon and lime go well together. Lemon and lime. Gatorade.
Well, I have. Let me find it real quick.
Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew falls under that category. That's lemon and lime. No, that looks sweet, buddy. I'll never make one, so.
Am I on the big screen or not? Yeah, I think I am on the big screen. I've got this little toy that I've.
Oh, like an octopusy? Let me get zoomed in on that. Flat on the back. Yeah. Yeah.
I've been wanting to do this one, but the rings that I have are too small. Now I have one of the larger 100 millimeter rings. I got one of the larger 100 millimeter rings. That's all the clay I have.
Is that Def Clay?
Yes, it is.
You're good. You're good that way anyhow.
So it does. I'm dropping stuff everywhere. Of course, it'll touch the sides of the ring.
No, you need a 3x5, man.
Let's see, I got the
disc. No, that way looks okay. The other one don't work.
Right.
The other one don't work, you know.
That's too small.
Yeah, way too small. You're overlapping the thing. You're not even. You don't want to pour the silver out that close anyhow. Even if it was inside. John,
so what I'm really waiting
know
for,
how the house repairs are coming.
I'm just waiting for some more. I can buy me another Def Clay kit so I can have some more clay.
Somebody, oh shit, that's right.
Income tax money so I can buy that.
I wanted to ask Mr. Zeke. Somebody on last Sunday or Wednesday wanted to split like 2 kilos. Like I'd order one, split it in half, ship them the other half to pay me the difference. And I forget who the hell it was now.
So I've got that in the making one of these days. The house repairs, ever since I showed the video of my bathroom being torn apart, I still haven't even gotten to it. Luckily, I have 2 bathrooms, so. I've been neglecting that part.
Lizard on a rock, man. Lizard on a rock. Keep thinking that over and over, Chris. That'll come to you.
What was that, Colonel?
I want fucking number 1, even if it's not right. I want the first one you pour. A lizard on a rock.
Lizard on a rock. I might have to find a lizard. I don't know if anybody else has done a lizard. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Oh, fuck them toes. They'll heal. No, I don't think anybody. I don't know. Who's done a lizard? Anybody done a skull? You know what I'm saying? Don't get all caught up in that bullshit, you know?
That's true. I think Mrs. V has done a lizard.
I mean, if you copy off of somebody, make an exact copy, then I have grief. But like, if you do like your impression of something, like there's the Mona Lisa, and then there's your impression of it. You know what I'm saying, Chris?
Right.
They're 2 different things. It's not like you're trying to sell this to an art museum as an original or something. You know, I don't really have a problem with that. Let me go live. Fuck.
All right. Well, still didn't clean that up. Uh-oh. What do I do now?
It seems to work free.
Yeah, now I have it on the other side. I got it reversed. It is reversible. See, I've got me another one here. You either put it on the left or the right side, the crank.
Right.
I just need to clean it up, get all that old grease out of it. Seems to be working. It's just a bit tight. So what else are you up to, Colonel?
No, I'm about burn out. I'm burnt out of silver, man. I poured, I just a little bit ago figured it up. I poured 20 ounces in like 2-ounce pieces in the last day and a half, and I think I got my fix.
And John Z, what you up to? So you chatting on the other side.
In the house, man. Who's left here? God damn. You guys. Politics. Get off that shit. Makes me crazy. I was looking for them guys. It's down here. I lost all my shit, man. We're probably gonna get blowed off of here. No, I got that on the other.
Let's see. Sorry to hear about that, John Z.
Guys are coming in here now. It's getting later. We got the late crowd. Welcome to the chat. Who we got? AG, Scott's Kiwi, and what the hell time is it there? There was somebody else who, welcome, fellas. You missed most of the chat. We're almost running out of shit to talk about. That chance. There you go.
Interesting.
There you go. It's a fishing show today. Kiwi. Made it in there. What time is it down your way? Oh, Jesus. It's Yeah, Scully and them guys were, Silver to Burn started making them Burnmeister Winchester 3030s, and they're sweet. And Scully's making them Thompson submachine guns, and the new what do they call that new desert something, the one they used over in Iraq or something,
The Desert Eagle?
9/11. Anyhow, I hate the copy. God, I hate the copy. But boy, I'd like to find something that them guys haven't done already and do it. You know what I'm saying, Chris?
Yeah, it's difficult to find something new to do.
Yeah, and you just
Well, then again, you can also give somebody else ideas on what to do.
man, just you gotta. It seems like a constant search to find something new, like you were saying about stepping on toes. I'm the same way. I don't. If this guy's making one, like that's the only trouble I have about buying commercial molds is like everybody and their brothers got them, What's the big friggin' deal?
Like the bottle cap pour that Losing Louie has.
Now that's inspiration there. That's
Yeah, 'cause
inspiration. Who
that
the
one I
hell
started off.
would have thought about that?
That was me.
I'd like to try one. But I don't want to. That's Losing Louis thing. You can get the bottle cap. You want one of them? I'll give you his address. I'll give you a recommendation. Maybe he'll give you a good price or something.
I actually have one.
You have one?
Yeah, I was actually the one that I gave him the inspiration to start it off. He just took it to the other level about pouring it into the bottle cap and then putting it on a COA, which I had no problem of. That's when we were all starting out pouring silver, just like getting ideas on what to do. And
oh man, I wish I would have known you guys then. I was like in my own space, I need to check up on some new guys and see where this thing's going. I won't get left behind.
See, I started them off, and I think it's Vulcan is the one that has my first pour that I did in a bottle cap.
How long ago was that?
Probably a couple of years back.
Right.
But of course, here's this cola cap. And then on the back, this right here, if you shine some light on it, it should glow the radiation sign. I don't know if you can barely see that right there. See almost those little triangles right there?
Right.
If you put a good flashlight on it, that should glow in the dark.
He blackened that. That looks sweet, man. I like the effect.
And then here's this little COA, the cap that he poured it in, and then I guess the cola that he used. He just glued them together.
He took the ball and run with it.
Right. I have no problem with it.
Now Lou's a good guy, man. I don't know Betsy's name. I don't even know. Is his name really Louis?
I really don't know.
You know, I don't know. Everybody's anonymous, Chris.
My name is Christopher Sanchez, so.
Yeah, my name's Dave Rogers. How you doing? Metallica. Fuck. I want to play some music so fucking bad. Where's these late guys? We're gonna hang around waiting on Moki and them coasters to check in.
No.
Uh-oh. Saved by the bell. John Z. Rock on Metallica. Yeah, what's your favorites? I love hazelnuts, but I ain't naming my nuts Hazel. Yeah, he's on it. Chris, you know John Z very well. He's a fucking asshole.
Really? I don't know him very well.
No, yes. He's a city boy. He lives in New York City. I'm here, so. Oh, baby.
New York City?
Made in New York City. They take a lot of abuse. Poor bastards. You know, people around the world want to fucking go there. They want to live there. They want to move there. It's like, are you friggin' clinically insane? Why in the world would you want to go to this shithole? You move out of one shithole. Excuse me for quoting Donald Trump, but you move out of one shithole to move into another one. What'd you do? What the hell did you do? I can understand people want something better, but goddamn, living in the Bronx, if living in the Bronx is better than what you had, then welcome, friend. Because here you go. If you like this, we got a little apartment building down here by Hunts Point Market. You can Section 8 and you'll be in. You gotta tighten that shit up, brother. You can't be goosey. Because we come with a cream. We come with a cream, buddy. He's an asshole. You reading this shit, Chris? Poor John. He's got a problem.
I'm your a-hole. I am loose as a goose. Y'all come down here and say howdy, motherfucker.
That's the New Yorker's way of making fun of everybody that don't live in New York City. That's why them in California, I think they should be their own states. Or maybe California divided into 3 states, like Northern California, Central California, and Southern California. And it's too big anyhow. You know how we like it, Kernel. I don't care what they want to do. As long as it don't bother me, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying, John? I could really give a fat rat's ass. If they want to be their own country, go. Just go. We'll figure it out. But don't look for nothing. I think what they're figuring, they're going to leave and then still be buddy-buddy. Well, no. You left. Oh, fucker.
Is that geese in the background, Colonel?
Huh?
Geese. Is that geese in the background?
Oh, yeah. White Chinese. They're right out my window. There's like 9 of them or something. They're big bastards. You don't want to mess with them. I mean, they won't mess with you. You don't mess with them, but they can take care of business. They got some on them webby feet. They got some claws at the end of it, buddy. That'll hook you up. my passport. I need a one-way stamp. One-way stamp, John. Well, we're full up, buddy. Can't help you. Got empty stalls, Johnny. Got some empty stalls, but you'd have to be rough and tumble, buddy. Gotta be ready for it. Can't be half-stepping, you know? We ain't seen none of them other guys. Moko, A Friend. They might be busy. Johnny Z.
I tell everybody all I need is some room in the backyard. I can crap anywhere. I don't need a bathroom for that.
Well, no, you get a 12 by 12. It's bigger than the state will give you. And, you know, you make your own facilities. You have running water. And, fuck, man, what else do you need?
My water's running all the time.
You have a problem with that?
No, it's just running all the time.
You can get a bag hooked up.
No, I just need a little pond to put it in, and you put in some chlorine, and I'm good to go.
Oh, well, we have 2 creeks.
There you go. I'll make you a third.
Whatever, just anything off the back porch. Please don't pee on the patio.
No. P is for the patio. The other stuff. No, I'm sorry. P is for off the patio. Number 2 is for on the patio.
Well, if you have a cup or something.
What do you need a cup for?
Like a Campbell soup can or something like that you can shit into.
No. I'm all about the environment, man.
No, we're going to render this stuff down and burn it later.
Hell yeah.
Dig a hole, push your number 2 out, plant
No. You go right on the porch and you use a broom, you flatten it out nice and smooth, you're good to go.
Exactly. A broom. What the fuck? What are they?
What are who?
Brooms?
Yeah, a broom. You know the thing you sweep.
I was the broom once. Twice. Never the third.
Oh. Yeah, so like I was saying before, Chris, I'm trying to get everything settled, but you know, the lawyers are lawyers and they like to go down on each other quite often. And I think it's with the judge as well. And I'm just waiting for everything to settle so I can get out of New York.
How you making out on your move and shit?
Everything's going. Some things went backwards. Some things are just where they are for the last 6 months. Yeah. It's frustrating. It's frustrating, dude. And you dealing with the VA and being retired with Social Security, so I know you know what it's like.
Exactly. It's like hurry up and wait.
Exactly.
It's hurry up and wait. But the only good thing about it, Johnny, is if they grant you whatever you're asking for.
Well, no, they gave me. They
Go
gave
back to the original date that you filed.
no. They already gave
retroactive.
Colonel. They already gave me 45%, which is bullshit. But it's better than what the city lawyers wanted to give me, which was 20%.
And still, John. So you refiled. You got 45.
No. That's
refiled for 100.
Well, hold on. That's not for Social Security. That's just for workers' comp.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not trying to stop working. I'm too young to stop working. I can't sit on my ass like that doing nothing.
How old are you?
Under 50. I'm not ready to retire yet.
Under 50?
Yeah.
You got a couple of years left.
Yeah.
You got 10 left anyhow. Then fuck it.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to not work.
Oh.
But they don't make it easy, so.
Oh. I'm with you now. I was on another page. I'm thinking the same page in a different chapter.
Yeah, no worries. I'm an easy read. No big fancy words over here.
I thought you were permanently disabled,
Oh God, no. I mean, the city lawyers wouldn't really care either way. But yeah, so I just wanted to clarify that with Chris, just so he understands what I've been talking about.
Yes.
I know, yeah. So that's about it. So money's tight, not buying anything right now. I did a live chat last week and I gave something away, and I'm gonna be doing.
I'm gonna do this one last time.
What?
I'm gonna post this here. Paste this.
Oh, so I wanted people to be aware, if they